Do, 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 do. Guess who's live? Hi, guys. It's your boy, The Fluff. Hope you're all having a good day. Hi, peoples. Wow. Thoroughly enjoyed that one. Oh. Do, 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 do. Hi, 7 people. Give me a sec. I'll get the link dropped in. So it was StreamYard to put his finger out. There you go. Feel free to jump in, anybody. Whoever wants to, just feel free. No matter who you are, whatever you do, jump in. Speaking of no matter who you are, hello, my darling.
Hello.
Right. I need to explain to people about wrenches.
Shit.
Right? What it is, I have removed wrenches for one reason and one reason only. You guys need to register for the auctions. Lisa G, I know you don't come into auctions, hen. Sometimes you do. But all I ask is that you send an email to auctionforstooges@gmail.com with your YouTube name, address, anything, just in case.
Real name.
And then the second I get that, the wrenches will be reapplied. It's just for people that we haven't got the details for. That's it. There's no animosity. It's just for people that we haven't got the details for. But don't worry, Lisa G. The second you do that, it's just I'm losing track of everybody. So it's a new system I've worked out with my secretary.
Red. Hi, Lisa.
Hi, Becca. I think that's Becca, isn't it?
Yes.
Thank you, Cody, because I'm not on my computer tonight.
Yeah, that's good.
I could tell.
Good on part of the day. Oh, by the way, shout
I don't
out
know how I could tell, Jamie.
and Noreen. What an auction that was.
That was fun.
It was a really
That
good
was
auction.
cool.
And
And
I
Fluffy,
swiped
you
my
got your
wife.
card.
Fluffy did alright.
I sniped my own wife.
Yes, and I won the Confederate flag for so pick me nose.
No, you didn't.
I said
Lenny
I
won
won
that one.
Yeah.
But see, I won Fluffy's lot. That was like hands down on that one.
Nobody was going to outbid you on them ones.
Punisher was trying to get him for you, but then when he realized I jumped in,
Well, thank you, Punisher.
That
But
was
I had
so
it covered.
fun.
I had it covered. Shout out to all the mods. They're all done fantastic.
They did
I love it when we all work together. That's the best way. You know, especially, I mean, some of them, Betty, Rhonda, Bonnie, they all know what they're doing. So it's good having everything I drop in. And obviously with Cody now, who's now a mod on there, she can do her 10 pounds worth and we all do one little thing. It works perfect.
Well, I mean, the only reason that I put in all the info needed, just like I did with you guys, is because nobody was putting it actually in. What?
As Squashy says, I tried. You did amazing, my darling. You know
Yeah, you
what?
did
She was
good,
on the
You
Squashy.
did awesome, Squash.
She was on the phone to me. She was my little backup to tell Jamie what I wanted and everything.
But yeah, the only
We're
reason,
messaging on WhatsApp.
Hey,
the
Jane.
only, the only
What?
reason,
Sorry.
You know what I'm tempted to do?
Let Cody finish.
Go ahead.
the only reason in the beginning that I put the information in that like I just did for you guys was because nobody was actually putting it in the chat, and some people, for some
I was in
reason,
the
do
middle of
not
typing
follow
it as you
words
dropped
that
it.
move.
I was in the middle of
So,
typing it as you dropped it. I thought, thank you, Cody.
but I wasn't trying to step on moderators'
Oh,
toes
no,
because
no.
I wasn't asked to be one.
We needed
As
that.
as soon as I saw that Bonnie had it, although she misspelled it the first time, but as soon as I saw she had it, I stopped doing it.
And for all, just to need a little bit, guys, for all you people that come in and you don't have your wrenches, don't panic. I've got a new system where you send your information into auction for stooges at gmail.com. The second you do that, and I get confirmation that you've done it, you get your wrench back instantly.
Although you said you were going to do that Monday. Today is Saturday.
Yeah, I know.
But we're
my little
trying to
cell-
have it ready for Monday.
Yeah. Because I'm not going to be doing an auction Monday, guys. I am not. The Monday auctions are cancelled until further notice. I'm going to concentrate on the Stooges for now. We're going to build the Stooges up. We're going to get the Stooges to be the biggest and best channel on. Oh, obviously Fluffy's channel, but
Red,
We would
I
like
haven't-
to have all the wrenches back by Monday when we come back into chat.
yeah.
Hi, Punisher. Hi, Jesse. Red, I haven't even been outside in like 3 weeks.
Hi, Jesse.
And I don't
Jesse,
tan.
let me know. Did you get your magic cards? Because it's showing delivered on my side.
Uh-oh. Check the bushes.
Might have to drop that again in a few, Cody, just so everybody's got it.
Okay.
But
I
we've
should
got
have
your.
probably copied it then so I could paste it so I don't have to type it out again.
I have it in my Word document. If I
Yeah,
was down there.
and if you haven't, guys, jump over to Squatty's channel, watch her preview of Bad Boys for Life. What a movie it is!
Yeah, I haven't watched that video
She's
yet.
done a recommendation video. She's done a great job. I love her little recommendation videos.
Oh, thank you, Red.
They are showing delivered on my side, yes.
Punisher, we got the shirt today too.
I'll throw you over the
Receipt.
The tracking number.
tracking number. Or my secretary.
What tracking
Yeah,
number?
Jamie, throw him over the.
Hi, Pamela.
What tracking
Pamela.
number, dear?
For Jesse.
For Jesse.
I don't think you sent that one to me.
I did.
That's all right. Amazon tried to give me an anxiety attack today.
I guess I better go check.
Amazon said that 2 of my packages were handed to resident. I was like, oh shit, because there's never anybody that's actually at the door when deliveries get here. So I messaged my son, who I didn't even know was home. Apparently he has today off. Expect to hear loud noises. And I asked him, I said, did you get the Amazon packages? And he was like, no. I'm like, shit. So then I heard movement and realized he was home. And he went out and checked. And it was on the porch. Why did they say they handed it to somebody when they left it on the porch? I'm like, don't do that to me.
They do that all the time. Or left it at front door, but they leave it at the garage door. Go figure.
I'm like, your job can't be that hard. You have to push a button. You know what I mean? I'm like, I don't understand. But
Dear, I don't have that.
Yeah, because if you remember, Jesse's was the only one I could use my discount on.
Hi, Punisher.
Howdy.
Hey, Punisher.
Jamie, did you happen to open the package?
I did.
Did you see what was inside?
I did, and I did show it to Fluffy.
Oh, you
Thank
did?
you.
You're supposed
Yeah,
to do that stuff on lives. What's wrong with you? Make him wait.
Yeah, I wanted
because
to
I
see,
would have forgotten, and I was actually thinking I was going to be in bed before you guys went live.
I wanted to see his reaction.
Right.
Hoo-hoo.
Besides, I want to see what it is.
Give me a second, and I'll go get it.
Okay.
I'm trying to be secretary right now.
Yeah, Jesse, I hear you. I don't even put that kind of shit on my phone. Why are you trying to send money to Fluffy? You buy something else?
I have PayPal, Jesse.
Okay, wait a minute. That's not that one. Nope, that's not that one. And the other thing is I don't have my specs on, which is never a good thing.
Lee. Hi, Joyce. Hi, Christy. I'm the only one paying attention.
Hi, Jesse.
Sorry. I'm doing like, yeah.
Wifey
I feel
Jesus.
like the Walmart door greeter.
Hey, Fluffy,
Yo,
wifey made something special for you,
did
and
she?
I can't show you
Why?
because she'll smack my hand even harder than she did last night.
Jesse,
got
have
it.
you not been paying attention?
It's here, wifey. You need
I
it.
got it. I got it. I didn't realize I had grabbed it and didn't download it off WhatsApp.
Jesse, you haven't been paying attention because that information was at the auction too, that you were at. Apparently not that long.
I did, Jesse.
I got it. I'm getting ready to send it to him.
No, I did tell Jesse. Yeah, but I told you in the email too. I think.
Anyway, Jesse, I put his email, his PayPal in the chat.
That's why I wouldn't have sent it because I don't have Jesse's email. So
That
Jesse
kinda
needs
helps.
to register with me so I have his email.
Uh-oh.
Bad Jesse.
Come here. Come here, miss. That's why the receipt wouldn't have gotten sent to him.
Well then, that's a big clusterfuck, isn't it?
Well, that would explain why it didn't get sent.
Mhm.
My bad.
Somebody said he had the email
Yeah.
and he never sent it to me.
Jesse, you do realize in front of that you have to put a $sign, not a pound sign. It's a pound sign for me, but it's a $sign for you.
Hi, Lenny. Hi, Lenny.
I'm still here.
Oh,
Yeah, Lenny, congratulations on your hack.
Considering he swiped it from me.
that was hysterical.
I mean, I was at 41 and he swiped it from me.
Even Conky was totally confused.
You guys have been hanging around. You guys have been hanging around with Fluffy and Squashy way too much. Because they just did that the other day.
No, it wouldn't, Cody. You missed two little numbers off.
Yes, I did. Sorry. Good catch.
Just send it on a carrier pigeon, Jesse.
I have to talk to Conky and see if he'll accept Jamie's bid of 40 and not my 45.
No, it was 41.
Nope, you sniped. That's what you get.
You have to speak to the being mod about that. And no, sorry, your bid stands.
It was so funny because I went to go get those wrestling cards for Fluffy, and I missed the enter key. And then I see Jamie, and I'm like, "Oh crap! I'm not bidding against Jamie. No."
Well, I had already told her to buy them, but go no
He
higher.
had already
Oh.
told me.
Because I
He said,
knew
don't
you
go
would.
more than 40. I said, okay.
I knew you
You
would
know,
want
all
them.
this backdoor bidding shit is ridiculous.
Well, I got told off for bidding on my, when
I told him to stop bidding
Oh,
because
really,
he's a
Cody?
mod.
I'll
no,
remember that the next time
can
I see a
bid.
nice thing of
hang
jewelry.
on. When I was in the chat, Jesse says, if you want to bid, I'll take over for you. And I went, okay, mate, not a problem. So then I put my bid in. Right? And it just so happens, I was
Well-
able to hit the sold.
Next time, ask one of the actual mods to take
He
over
was
for
a
you.
mod.
He was not.
He was at the time.
No, he wasn't.
Oh, give me a second to get that.
But I don't know.
What the hell?
Amy, grab his email while you can.
I've got it. I have his address. I just didn't.
I already had his email.
Well,
Dude,
I
you guys
didn't
are
ask
so
him.
for being the people that are trying to get things organized, you are really disorganized. Just saying.
Jesse, what is that
Well,
for?
That'd be her.
I've asked. I've asked
You
you,
do,
and I've
yeah,
asked Fluffy.
Chrissy.
Jesse, what was that for?
So I can send him the receipt.
Yeah.
The tracking.
Yeah, please.
No, he was asking what the payment was for. I think. I don't know. There were people that were modding that weren't blue, and there were people that were blue that weren't modding. It was getting very confusing.
I jumped in because I knew Fluffy had missed it,
Yeah,
and I knew he was on the phone.
yeah.
And then I get fussed at, but I'm like, okay, whatever. I was trying to help because I knew Fluff.
Oh, it was
Probably.
aggravating the crap out of me.
I didn't see Flippy ask anybody or anybody say anything about taking over while he bid. But yeah, if he's a moderator, he can bid. He just has to have somebody take over for him.
Yeah.
Chrissy, I'm still waiting for a foot.
Did you have his tracked, Fluff?
Yes.
Because I don't see the track number on here. Actually, it would be a barcode number. Never mind.
Okay, cool. I didn't see it. Chat was moving kind of fast. I didn't see it.
Yeah, it's sitting there, Jess.
Can't read that, Fluffy. Oh, it's on hold.
Yeah.
Give me a second, Jesse, and I'll have it to you.
Right, right, Christy? Yeah, they're waiting for it to be shipped to them. My prosthetic people are waiting for it so they can assemble it because they have the rest of my leg. The woman I talked to said, "We're just waiting for a foot." I said, "Ironic, so am I."
Jewelry, bracelets, Harley pins, and things. Yeah. Got them all ready to go.
So I'm just waiting some more.
Oh my
Always
god. Keyboard
waiting.
is
I'm so fucking frustrated. It's not funny.
Jesse, you should have it. And Lisa has sent me her contact.
But Lisa gets her wrench back.
Yep, Lisa gets her wrench back.
Yay, Lisa.
Thank you, Lisa.
Lenny, stop scraping your spoon on the bowl. It's really annoying.
Well, Lisa, you now have your wrench back. It might take a few minutes or a little bit because of YouTube, but Keep trying.
It'll get there eventually.
Welcome back to the Smith family.
Just check the bushes. Damn. Hi, Wendy. Love you too.
Hey, Wendy.
I hope you have sweet dreams.
Night, Wendy.
Hey, Bluegrass.
I hate the bloody.
Hey, Bluegrass.
Very
Hey.
eloquent.
Oh, you should hear my son. My God.
Yeah, well, he's a child.
And he burps like a flippin' adult.
Okay.
He burps like Fluffy.
But at least adults could say, I don't know, excuse me, and have good
I
manners.
didn't say excuse me. You just didn't hear me say pardon me.
Boy, Cody, you're in a mood tonight.
Hey, I'm having a bad day. I'm having a bad
Bye,
day.
bye. Okay.
Jesse, I'm just going to refund it to you because it's going to be sitting on hold for 21 days.
Yep. Actually, Mark, as soon as he gets it, it will release it.
Have you put the tracking number in there?
It's for his jewelry and stuff. Haven't even
Yeah.
done it yet.
Once
They didn't give me the tracking number until it's paid for, you see.
the thing is if he paid for it through PayPal, once you put the shipping info in, which I'm sure you already have, it's a matter of him getting it, and they release it that day. Once he goes into PayPal and says shipment received.
No. What you don't realize is this is for something totally different. This is for the big jewelry.
Okay. Sorry.
This is for the jewelry lot. So it's easy just to refund them it and get it some other way.
That's fine.
There you go, done.
That's not me. That's the TV back there.
It's done.
Why don't you turn the TV off because nobody's watching it?
Because my daughter grabbed my flipping remote.
Your legs don't work?
Huh? You mean
It's
my
good
leg?
exercise.
You mean my leg?
Yeah.
Actually, not bothering me tonight. Yeah, I did.
Can you check what it says about that package on your end,
Ooh.
Jimmy?
Which one? The one I just sent, Jesse?
No, Jesse.
The
Yeah,
one that the tracking I just sent, Jesse?
yeah. You
Hey,
check it your
Conky.
end, because it says on my end delivered.
Matt, what's up, Conky?
Hang on.
That was fun, man.
You guys did great.
Yeah, y'all were good. Y'all did good.
Have a very good auction, Conky.
Drop the link
Oh,
if
yeah.
he wants to come in.
Epic auction. Thank you for the opportunity to mod for it.
Give me a second. It's looking for it. What it's doing? It's looking.
Yeah, it's weird over here because it takes me not to USPS but to something different.
Oh no, Wendy.
I hope you feel better soon, Wendy. That sucks.
Oh, when
Yes, those freaking things suck.
we'll get some hearts in the chat for Wendy, please. Yeah, show some love.
Get some sleep as much as you can.
Those things are pain.
Conky!
Hi, Conky.
Must
Hi,
the
Noreen.
master auctioneer and his sidekick.
100% auction. Perfect.
You're talking about the one you sent me that I needed to track that you sent on like the 25th.
Yeah.
Lenny,
Collected
you got it
parcel
wrong.
force worldwide
I
have
make some
collected.
Go ahead, Jamie. I'm sorry.
It was collected by Parcel Force, and it will start its journey to your delivery depot.
All right.
It is showing in Gallus Shields as of the 26th.
That was
Last Saturday.
yeah.
That's the last
But on-
update
but on
that's showing
mine-
on here.
But on mine, it shows in the US. She's delivered.
The one that I have found is the best to track it is actually going through the universal parcel tracking.
Yeah, that's the one I use.
That is weird. It's the EE584162-423 GB.
Still on hold, Jess.
And Lenny, you got it wrong. It was Master Auctioneer and her sidekick. I agree, Bluegrass.
I totally agree.
Can't read that, Jamie. Your Fluffy would have to make you beg.
I have to say, I like Conky's auction better than
Yeah, that's what I get. But on mine, at the bottom, it says delivered.
most of the ones I go to.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. That was our.
It's showing in,
I like the timer. That was really a ingenious thing.
I made that. What I did with that was I have what's it called? Photoshop.
Yeah.
And I made a picture of each 60, 59, 58, 57. It took me like 4 hours to make that thing. And I put them in my video editor, and I said, okay, play each clip for 1 second each. I put the music on it, and I had it count down the minute, and then I made the separate.
It's out. That's the one.
The sold in the fireworks.
I thought that was a great idea.
Yeah, except for I forgot to put it on the last auction.
So good.
You were exhausted by then.
Yeah, I guess.
You were on for what, 2 hours?
Yeah, it was 2 hours.
I still
Yeah,
can't
Jesse,
believe
you
I
were a
sniped
little.
my own wife.
Jesse, you were a little slow with the watch lot.
Yeah, Jesse, your snipe came in a little. Oh, I can't see. Hang on, I can't see any chats. Hang on.
Click on comment.
Yeah, I bring the chat is in Google, is in YouTube on Explorer, and the other one's in Chrome. I forgot to bring the chat up. So hi everybody.
You use Explorer?
No, not Explorer. Firefox.
Okay, I was going to say, don't use Explorer.
Yeah, I've got Firefox on the left. I've got a big. This screen must be 36 inches or 32 inches. So I got a little further on the left with the chat, and then I got the thing on the right.
That's how big my TV is. Yeah, right, Bluegrass? Well, I thought you guys did very well.
Thank you. I was a little nervous going on. Yeah, she was nervous too.
Well, you both did
you
great.
did awesome.
You did.
Tell you something, you didn't need to be nervous. You smashed it.
Well, it's one thing, Funky, getting on your live and just kind of sitting here like a bump on a log and like saying something every once in a while. It's something completely different trying to do your own.
Oh, I understand that.
Thing. Well, you do because you do your live every day. I mean, you're probably comfortable with it by now.
Funky, you know your camera angle is still to the side, right?
Yeah, we moved it for the auction, and if I move it, hang on, see if I can move it again.
I'm just letting you know because you're looking like at your computer screen and
Yeah, I had to
put
set
on
up.
your side profile, but we can't see Noreen.
Had to set up more computers. You're looking at the back of the mic now. Yeah.
I am so touched right now. I can't tell you. I'm just so touched right now.
They can't
That
see
was
me.
a fantastic turnout.
Yeah, we had. What was the? I saw like 88 people.
At the
I think
most I saw,
it was 88.
at the most I saw was 91.
Yeah, I saw 91.
I just.
No problem, Jess.
I'm
I
just
love the fact that you
grateful.
had 16 likes before you even started.
One of those was mine.
One of them was mine
two of them
too.
were mine.
Thank you.
Conky,
okay.
I have to applaud you on the trolls. That was freaking hilarious.
I actually wanted them trolls.
Hello. Hello.
Are you ready for this? When I flipped onto your auction, and I'm seeing people bidding $100 for 2 trolls, I'm like, what are these freaking people bidding on? Are these like solid gold or something? What the hell?
Yeah, that was the practice one.
Hey, I even offered you your own dancing duck back.
That duck is squashies. You don't send that to anybody else.
No, I want them trolls.
I'm
I
so
want-
Hi, Brian.
Well,
I wanted a conky dial.
So did I. I've always wanted one.
The clunky
No.
dials are getting really rare.
The person who
Right.
bid
Hang on.
the person who bid the generally and the ketchup won those trolls.
You want the conky dial, Punisher?
Yeah.
I'll put one in your box. You want a conky dial, Jamie?
Of course.
I'll put one in your box. I still got a full pack of them.
Oh, we're gonna get a
Okay.
copy of that. We're gonna have a
You've not
copy.
offered any to us.
Oh, the next auction he has, we should all jump in on his live and all dance around with our crocodiles.
we should talk.
It'll
Well,
take
what
it a
we
few
should
weeks to
do-
get here, though.
Is kind of like what Punisher said, only we'll toss the clunky dials around.
Oh yeah, freak everybody out.
It would probably be easier to do it with another plushie because we've got several more of the lobsters and the other fish. We got,
No, when we all have our Stooges shirt and we
Yeah.
have our crocodiles.
there you go.
Noreen, were you wanting a Stooges shirt?
Oh, you
Stooges.
need to bring that to me, Jane.
You're
I'm
you're
sorry.
talking about the these guys have a shirt for their auction, Funky and
Oh no.
Oh no, I don't.
Oh, Jane, you bring it out here. I got a better camera, hon. Jane.
Jesse, if you would like one as well, let us know.
we were abusing Jesse's kinfolk during the auction.
Well,
You
that
put
was
it out.
abrupt,
Oh,
wasn't
that
it?
wasn't very nice.
I
No,
didn't do it.
Fluffiitis.
You yelled at her.
You're the host.
Bullschnuts.
Oh, my
There we go.
He does
Oh,
swear
yeah,
he too
okay,
pretty hard,
okay.
Brian.
Okay, that is cute.
But it is going to be on a heather gray shirt.
And have you noticed? This one's different because this one's Jerry's. He's already bought it. This
Did
one
I?
doesn't have the Funky Fluffy channel on the bottom.
didn't I buy one of those, or I have one of those coming to me, don't I?
Yes, you do.
Okay.
You've got. Where'd my list
That
go?
one is the prototype. And then they added the funky fluffy at the bottom.
Yeah.
Yep.
Funky Fluffy's been added at the bottom.
While
That
you're
seems
getting
like-
up, go get the thing that he sent for Fluffy.
It's in the bag.
All I've got to say about that is simplify, brother.
Jesse, if you want more than one, you're more than welcome to get more than one.
Oh Lord, yes. Just tell us.
Yeah, Conky,
Um,
we can do you
Jesse
and
wasn't talking about shirts.
your wife's for your auctions too. You know, I could do.
Jesse.
No.
Oh, I wanted to get.
Sorry.
I was supposed to send that graphic, wasn't I?
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Raw.
Simplify.
Very nice.
Simplify, my brother. Can't wait to get that. And pride of place.
I thought you would like that.
Love it.
And no, Jesse, you can only have one at a time.
When I send it, you'll get it.
So,
Bad Jesse.
This is stuff I show you if I got a hold of it.
oh yeah, she's got some stuff to show Cody.
Me.
Conky, I don't know your wife's name.
Noreen.
It's Noreen.
Oh no, yes, right. I do know it. Sorry.
But she comes up in the chat. It's
Joe,
Funky's
it
wife.
always confuses me because I always think it's Conky saying hi to me, and then I see Noreen's wife. But Conky's Noreen's wife. I went, oh, okay. Duh.
That's all right. I get confused too, easily, actually.
Oh, But yeah, I was nervous about that all day.
I was too.
Ugh.
I went to an auction this morning.
I agree with that.
He's such a brat.
What were you saying, Conky, about an auction this morning?
I went to an auction this morning, and now that I go to these auctions, doing this stuff for YouTube, I actually think a little bit differently. And there were a couple units there that I probably should have bought and didn't, and there were a couple of units there that I would have bought before YouTube and didn't. So I didn't get anything. But there were a couple of Jesse units there, though. Jesse, there were 2 units there in Litchfield.
I'm not a bad
Maybe all 3
girl.
of them had engine stands in them.
I'm not bad, Brian. I'm just wicked.
I appreciate that, Jesse, you saying that.
I agree. What were we going to show me?
Okay, I told you I would grow when I got to the schoolhouse. I
Hey,
did.
Jamie,
The
make sure you put the
things- I
card
don't know
stuff
if you'd be
between
interested
in
them
the
or not,
shirt.
but are you into the tarot cards?
Yes.
Alrighty.
Who's
show
that?
these.
Is this thing with a mermaid thing on it?
Ooh, nice. Sweet.
Do you use a bold one or the fine tip, Punisher?
Fine tip.
Ooh, yes, please. Nice.
Good Lord.
Sweet.
Oh my God.
Make sure she
three
doesn't get
boxes.
these. Make sure she doesn't get these on the Fluffy channel.
What?
Ooh,
Where's the camera?
Those are dream
Ooh.
boxes.
I like those.
And then there's incense.
I think this is all incense. Yeah.
Incense and then incense
And
holders.
these are
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Cool.
But
incense.
that was the other stuff that we were able to salvage.
How much do you want for it?
I don't know. What do you want?
All of it?
All of it?
Oh, I want it all. I want. What's that Queen
want
song?
it all.
What is it? I want it all. I want it now.
Do you have a layaway plan?
Layaway plan.
When we were going through that cassette tape, lot,
Doreen,
that Queen tape.
Doreen, can we do the starting bid of 25?
Lovely.
No, hang on. Because if we do, 25.
You
What do
serious?
you want with this, Fluffy?
Send it to Cody if I win it.
Why don't we just send it to Cody anyway?
Aw,
That's up to you guys.
If you want
Awesome.
it, you can have
thank
it.
you. Thank
That's up to you
you.
guys. I'm
Yeah,
willing to.
We will even wrap it so that if it sits on your porch for 3 days getting rained on, the stuff inside won't get wet.
There you go, Jamie.
Thank you.
You can have
Thank
it,
you.
Cody girl. If you want it, you can have it.
Thank you very much.
All right, bring it here, knucklehead, so I can put my John Hancock on it.
Thank you for knowing and
That
contact.
made my day.
Well,
Hey, you
I
know
don't
I've got to
mind.
use my
Send us your address and we'll
So
send
yeah,
it.
send us your mailing address. We'll send it to you.
Coffee's Flipping Adventures at gmail.com.
Well, she probably got it from the.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I put it in the thing enough.
I mean, I don't mind dropping $25 your way for that if you need it.
Doreen,
What?
do you like Oregon? What is
the origami owl.
the origami owl stuff?
Origami owl.
It's the necklaces that you can put the charms and all in.
Oh, okay. I remember now. When I worked at the last job I had, there was a woman that sold that stuff.
Can't see the.
Hey, Conky, what did you ever do with those knives from that storage unit?
With the what?
The knives that you found in the storage unit.
I was gonna do a lot on them. We didn't do it this week. We might do it next week.
Yeah, we're gonna have to go back out to the schoolhouse. I mean, those are pretty.
I'm a knife collector.
They're nice.
We have knives.
I know
Oh,
what that's like.
I wanted to bid on those cassettes, but I was like, I don't even have anything to play them on. But that first little case, I would have. If that was the only thing you were auctioning, I would have bid on that in a second, because that's all the music I would have listened to. I'd have put
We
it
have
in my
another-
shop.
Punisher. You
Yeah.
talking about music, right?
What's that?
Oh, I said you're talking about music, right?
Yeah,
Oh, I nailed a good deal this morning myself.
you did.
2 CD cases.
We
One,
got it.
I know for a fact I could fill one of them up. It's a 120 CD case.
Wow.
It actually has the little push button selector that slides back and forth. You open the lid and the CD comes out of the case. All you do is grab it, pull it, and then when you're done with it, put it back in. It's not player, but it's a CD case. Got 2 of them for $20.
One of me box.
I didn't know that.
Put one in me box.
Lenny,
Huh?
are you supposed to be sending something?
Huh?
Are you supposed to be sending something?
No,
Aren't you
why
supposed
would,
to be signing something?
Not yet.
no, why would he sign the shirt? He didn't. It was supposed to be the creators and the designer signing the shirt.
But Jerry wanted Lenny's on as well.
Oh.
Okay.
Don't go there. Don't go there.
Nori, did you want one of the shirts?
I was
You
just-
got it. It's
I
a
was just saying
2X.
that's how it originally was supposed to be.
2X.
You want
Hey,
some-
don't
right.
feel bad. I'm a 4, dear.
Hey, Punisher, you like knives, right?
Yes.
We'll make sure we get it in one of the videos.
Nice. Love nice. Put it in me box.
Hey,
Oh no,
Punisher,
this is actually handmade by for my dad
Oh,
by somebody that we used to know. He was actually a nice, what's it called?
A knife smith.
Knife smith. Well, I was thinking knife smith, but I thought there was another name for it.
There is.
there is, but I can't think of it either.
one of my friends is one of those guys. He actually lives right next door to LeBron James.
Oh,
Hold, hold
Right
that
next
thought.
door. And he makes knives in his garage.
so Jamie, am I supposed to sign this or what?
Yes.
Jesse,
Jerry wants
or
you to sign it.
Jesse. Jerry wanted you to, yes.
Okay.
But do it in the thin.
Where did that troll go?
I don't know where the trolls went.
Do it where?
There.
Do it in a
Just
thin.
do a thin one.
I have to admit, you did have
Wherever.
a roll
Well,
in
you
that.
could do it under your name, yeah. Or just do your initials.
Hey, Fluffy, you're going to appreciate this. Make me big.
How am I going to? I know I'm going to
That's
appreciate it, but I can't have it.
Ooh.
Mm.
Now that's sharp
Mm-hmm.
in more ways
That
than
looks
one.
like a bayonet.
Mm.
The Scottish Turf.
No, this is a knife.
That's
That's
not
not
a
a
knife.
knife. That's not a knife. This is a
That's a
knife.
This is a knife.
That's a knife. That's a nice knife.
That's a knife.
Where did I put my drink?
I don't know.
Brian, I know who holds the power.
Yeah, no. Not in that conversation.
Power because they keep you straight.
James, I had
Fluffy.
a.
One of these nights, I'll
I had
bring
a
out my
Sharpie
sword.
here. Where is
Do what?
I
That
have
wasn't the sword.
Where'd it go?
One night, I'll bring out my sword that was custom made for me.
Marie Christie, pointy and stabby.
We might be making some more larger shirts before we think.
We're going to be screwed because we only got 5 of each.
For now.
Okay.
But if we
That's
have to
fine.
order more.
Yep, we can order more.
Maybe one day we might have shirts.
Oh, who knows? Oh, look, there's the guy that makes them right there, Punisher.
James, you got a Sharpie out there?
I was just using the thin one.
Well,
Exactly.
mine's dried out.
Brian, but you
Not right.
know I wouldn't do that, brother.
I don't think I have a black.
Actually, Brian, are you registered?
Give me a second and I can tell you.
Ooh.
Give me a second.
That's why I've only got a small knife, Jesse.
God, the testosterone is so high in here. I need hip waders.
By the way, Jamie, you okay with this?
Cody, you should be in
You
a
know,
good mood.
it's
You just got
really
presents.
It's me selling those football
Yes,
trading cards.
Randall.
We had no idea.
This is going in Jess's next box.
Oh, what's that?
Hey, Kev.
Homemade tablet.
Crumbly fudge. You okay?
It's
Fudge?
crumbly fudge.
Was that the stuff you sent to Georgia?
What kind of gaming equipment you have to Kev?
I love
Checkers,
that.
Kev.
Two PS2 sitting there doing nothing.
Jesse, I love you.
Xbox games. What? You just hit me up.
And Punisher, I am in a better mood right now. I got presents. I got really cool presents.
Yeah, they are cool.
But sometimes the obvious just has to be stated out loud.
Well, you enjoy them, Cody.
I will. Thank you very much.
I know. I know for you it's a deeper thing, and I hope it helps you out there.
Thank you.
Drop the
next
thing.
live, Cody will be doing seances.
I don't need to do a seance. I can talk to someone without all that crap.
I went on
Jesse,
Robin's channel and she was doing that thing.
When you get it, I want to see you try this on live.
Yeah, I watched part of the show with Robin and the tarot reader, and I've watched the tarot card reader on her own show.
I watched her mess up multiple times.
She does a lot of cold readings, things that are general to everyone. I haven't seen her do anything specific to someone. She did. The thing with KJ was kind of freaky. KJ and her sister Leela, because she picked up on Leela from. Yeah, she picked up on KJ's situation from Leela, but I don't know.
Go in here.
I remain neutral where she is concerned. I do know that you don't shuffle tarot cards like a deck of playing cards, though.
That goes to there.
It's very disrespectful of the cards.
Also, Jesse, Jerry made you look like
that's a bad thing.
With them sour fishies.
I'm waiting on you, Punisher.
Cody. Jerry,
that's the mailers for the shirts.
I can't hear anything. What?
Oh,
Jerry and the fishies.
Is what?
No, the sour fish.
Yeah.
Jerry
liked them.
Yeah.
Jerry ate like the entire bag of those sour fish.
Yep. Every single one.
Jerry scares me. Jerry scares me.
I got.
Jerry scares me more than Willow scares Fluffy. Okay.
Oh, I wanted to show
sour fish without even a flinch.
Where's my truck?
He didn't even twitch.
I want to show that to. Hey, Funky, can I show something to Jesse real quick?
Of course you can, brother.
But yeah,
I know you're all seeing this. I want Jesse to see this.
I'll send you some squashies, Jess.
Not going to go to the next one?
We got this out of a unit that Jeremy got.
Lenny just bought one.
I think this is a rustler.
Fluffy $10.
What's it got on the bottom of it?
It's a 2-wheel drive. It's just a.
Is that paying for helping bust open that safe?
Yeah. he paid me this for helping him bust open the safe. But
couldn't have given you one of those silver rounds, huh?
I think that's a rustler. It's a Traxxas.
It's worth like 500 used.
Am I good to seal this, Jamie?
I think that's all that's got to go to Jerry.
Yeah, it goes to Jerry.
That design that was in there, that piece of paper, does that need to go in here too?
No, that's for Jamie.
I've got it in my folder, but down here.
That's Jamie's. Yeah, Punisher, when you shuffle tarot cards, you're just supposed to do the shuffle to the side and then one under the other. You're not ever supposed to thumb them like playing cards.
Stampede.
Oh, that's a Stampede conky.
Yeah, I'm going to have to. I knew it was either a rustler or a Stampede, or there was another one that it could have been. I know it's not a T-Max.
Fluffy, $10.
Just do me a favor. I'll lift my damn truck down in the garage.
Fluffy. You know it's not for sale. You tried that last time.
Hey,
Yes, my mega muscle take on that.
No. Hey, Jesse, I'm going to go down and get mine out of the car or out of the garage. I'll be right back. Out of the car.
Stampede.
Oh,
Show
good.
me your Barbies, girls.
Yeah.
It's,
Oh,
still
God,
toys.
Cody absolutely hates this.
It's still freaking toys. They're just bigger.
We're going to talk about jewelry for a while.
You could.
I could do that. I could talk about jewelry and beads and all kinds of stuff like that for hours.
There's a pen. Give me a piece of paper.
I can read them.
There you go. Go ahead, write on that.
What's that thing doing?
Nothing.
Aggravating Diego.
Oh, is that Fluffy doing that? Oh, okay.
Oh, Diego. Diego.
Diego with a cat.
I'm so proud of Roxy. She behaved herself tonight.
Yeah, she didn't bark or anything.
Ah.
She wasn't scratching at the door and going in and out. Diego is not amused.
He is not.
He was playing with it earlier.
You have Cookie Monster pajamas on, Funky?
He does.
Oh, my.
I can get you a set if you want.
Just when you think you know a guy.
Did you really expect anything different from Fluffy?
No, I guess I didn't.
What's on the
Think about it.
Marvel.
Marvel? Oh, the next week I should get my Marvel cards out that I found.
Yeah,
Ooh, Marvel cards.
Marvel
Shut up,
cards.
Sammy.
This,
Where?
he collected everything. Some strange things that I gotta look into.
He didn't have any Lady Death stuff in there, did he?
Lady Death?
Yeah.
No,
What is
no
that?
Lady Death.
Bummer.
But he had these cards he collected. Like,
He had, shall we say,
oh no, no.
inflatable female companionship.
Yeah, I don't need that. I already have all those parts.
Oh my! Oh, what's funny is
Yeah.
we found the box the other day. So
Thank you,
we're
baby.
getting stuff ready. And had one of them in at one time
We're going to wrap it up and give it to my buddy for
for
Christmas.
Joe.
There's going to be anything in it.
We gave her those
Actually,
sheep ones for his birthday.
Jesse, actually, I have a song, but it's in the wash at the minute.
Well, you gave him the idea, Jesse. Congratulations. Now we got to look at it.
Oh, look at Diego.
Hey, Diego.
Trying to get my socks off.
Oh, you gonna do that to me?
Yep.
You need a peg on their nose.
Okay, you guys. Smell that.
Oh,
Smellophone.
oh.
Smellophone.
And you know, I was liking you so much tonight until now.
You know they smell like my daughters.
Poor Noreen.
No, it's fun is when it's washed it. I go hunt around the
Hey.
house and I find
Yeah,
piles
they're-
of socks everywhere.
Most of my socks wind up in the studio room here.
Studio room,
Just laying on the floor.
couch, in his office, never in the hamper.
No, why would I put them there?
Hey, Jesse, you got time to come into the chat for a minute?
Yeah.
So we're in
Okay,
the Harley,
Tiger.
the Harley shirt.
I think the auction went really well.
Hi, Tiger.
No, hi, Tiger. Hi, Kitty.
Want me Harley shirt? It went amazing, Tiger.
I'm surprised. I mean,
Me, I'm
it was kind of I figured it. I had some. I was like practicing earlier, trying to figure out how to streamline the timer coming up, and I didn't take into account that the phone was going to be the second screen I wanted up instead of this camera, and that's what kind of threw me for a loop.
Yeah.
There for a while.
I think he means in the actual live.
Yeah.
Come into the live.
Please.
Please.
You don't know his manners very well. I'm sorry.
Oh crap! I already said that once.
Just like you sniped the cars for me tonight.
That was funny. Wasn't it?
That was funny.
Yeah. I
Totally
don't
confused
think that 45 bid should stand. To be fair.
So were you not in the same room, you two, or what?
No,
No.
I was in the bedroom with Drew on my phone, and he was in the living room.
Actually, Lenny saved
And
it,
it was-
because he would have. Jamie would have been outbid.
No, I was at 41.
Oh.
Really?
Someone came in at 42 just before
Yes,
Lenny
he
put his
always
bid
Oh,
in.
really? Okay.
Yeah.
I have to go back and watch that later.
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah, I think it's
I ain't worried
processing
about it.
now.
It was- Hey,
It was
Hey,
actually-
it's okay. We ain't worried about
it
$4.
was fair. I'll pay the 45. I ain't a big deal. My son's gonna absolutely love those things.
Chris.
It
Oh, that's right. Those were the
Swapfield, didn't they?
The monster trucks.
trucks.
That's Drew's Christmas.
What a turnout, though. Nearly 100 people.
Yeah, that was nice. We were
Yeah.
thinking maybe 12 or 14 people would show up. And,
Oh, no.
I'm just so grateful.
Yeah.
I'm speechless, actually. Just grateful about it all. Like,
I must have sent out about 40 emails.
And
well, thank
I,
you, Funky.
Hey,
I appreciate you,
thank
man.
you.
Conky, you know what happens when Jeremy and George tell people about something? People show up. So,
Too.
because a few people were saying that they were sent over from the Hales.
Yeah. Quite a
Yeah.
few.
Well, we all showed up at an auction today for the first time, this one place, and
They didn't know what a YouTube was. They advertised. We did an auction run. There was supposed to be 2 auctions. Okay. But last Saturday we were out at an auction, and was it last Saturday or the one before?
it was like
Last
that.
Saturday.
Yeah.
We're at an auction with Jeremy and George, and we were going to breakfast. And we drove
Oh,
nice.
Jesse.
Now, if he comes in dressed as a troll, I'm quitting YouTube.
there he is.
Holy fuck, Jesse, you almost killed me.
He looks like a damn troll. Are you hosed?
He's frozen.
Bros.
He's good.
It
Frozen.
actually sucks out there.
So,
He's
Conky,
not froze, is he?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Conky, what are you wanting for them 2 trolls?
Oh, these are actors in my lives now. I don't know if I can show them.
I think we have to do them now.
They're going to be his opening every week.
Every time I see a thumbs down, these guys are going to come out and
That's freaking hilarious.
they're going to come out of the mom's basement and
Oh my
Well,
god.
you've got to call one Jesse and the other one, let's
Lenny.
see,
Go for it.
Guapo.
No.
No, you were in the pushy lot. Did you see?
the what?
Lenny was actually in the pushy lot.
Tiger.
I am so
What?
upset that you know what? I am so upset.
Don't mess with it.
I'm so upset. I was putting a
It's
lot.
better that it stopped working on the live and then it worked here and got to where it was going and not.
I
work.
turned it
You mean
on.
like the duck?
But
Yeah, that it was
Penguin.
it was like a penguin that was supposed to do something.
it was a thing that it moved around and it was singing and it wouldn't stop. So I turned it off and the batteries were loose in there. And so,
If somebody messes, I forget who won that, but if they mess with it, it'll
well, I'll definitely take the batteries out before I ship them.
Oh, the fucking picture.
I only just noticed that.
Interwebs isn't letting me.
He's had that picture for weeks.
I know, but it goes with the Troll Lives Matter thing that he threw up on
Troll
the
Lives
screen.
Matter.
It's funny. Jesse, you almost killed me. I was taking a drink when I saw
Right.
the Troll Lives Matter thing come up.
Conky, you know the plushie lot,
yeah. Which one?
right? Did you see the actual Lenny plushie that you had there?
We had a Lenny.
Yeah, the last one.
Oh, yeah. I wasn't going to say anything in my live, but yeah, I was thinking Lenny when I saw it.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Hey, That's the first thing I put in the
Fucking
chat.
hate y'all too. And I was going to give you some constructive criticism and help you out a little bit, but y'all.
That's all right. I don't know. Jesse might be out in his garage or something.
They look like it. Since what we could mostly see was ceiling.
Oh man, a long day.
Yeah. Yeah, we got up at the crack at 6:30.
Yeah, we got up early this morning.
Stressed out all
So
day.
anyway, what I was saying was last week we drove by this place and there was a sign out by the road that said they're having an auction. So we stopped there in between the two auctions that we already had scheduled for today. We went up there and these people had no idea what a YouTube was. They didn't know who Jeremy was. They didn't know who Rob was. They didn't know who I was.
Didn't know what Auction Zip's website
They didn't know what an
is.
auction zip was. They couldn't figure it out.
Oh, they advertised one of those neighborhood
Yeah,
papers.
just advertising the neighborhood paper and put a sign out front.
Hi, Jesse.
I think they might. Oh, the Ohio State hat.
Yeah, you like that?
Oh, I'm glad he likes the hat. Looks good.
Jesse's back.
I love the hat. Goes from your jacket.
I just
Hey,
feel
Jess.
playing football right now.
Is it working?
It's
Yeah,
working.
Oh, he's not. It's frozen.
Okay, he's walking along in the dark.
Well, some people work around here.
Yeah.
Oh, are you going to find them?
Yeah, I was looking at my bushes.
How's your dog?
Oh, he's a pain in the ass.
It has the feeling.
Back to
I
normal. Huh?
held him and cuddled him while he was sick. Now that's all he wants.
Oh, he loves you. Look, Jesse gotta go back in the garage and lose connection again.
Hey, Conky, you remember how you showed me the truck and I showed you last night that I went and bought one?
Yeah.
Hey, Jesse.
Ooh, look at
Take the
that.
body off. Can't really see it. What is that, an Arma Creighton?
It's an Arma. Say again.
An Arma Creighton?
It's an Arma Big Rock.
Yeah, it's an Arma Creighton truck. The company is Arma Creighton that makes them.
Yeah.
That's a nice truck.
Your ESC and your digital motor. I've got a brushless.
Is it 4S or
3S.
3S? Yeah, that's not bad.
That's dude. I can't even hit the freaking trigger without the son bitch doing a dang wheelie.
That voice Jesse just used was, yeah, it's all right, but mine are better.
Yeah, you got to watch on those electrics.
Oh, it's ready to go out, Punisher.
I was looking at the Triton really hard, but man, I just didn't want to put daggum $800 on that sucker.
See, I told you he'd go back in the garage and freeze.
And I paid $20 for a factor in that.
He did freeze, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
He's smiling at least. He's smiling.
At least, yeah.
He's not. He's breaking wind.
But I know another funny thing about this Conky. When I hit the trigger, if I'm holding it, the wheels expand to like almost 6 inches.
Oh, wow. So that actually raises up as it speeds up.
Originally he sold me a 2S battery, which is like basically a 2-cell battery.
Uh-huh.
And it's slower, which is cool. I mean, it gives it a little bit of kick. But when I got the 3S battery yesterday and plugged that sucker in, I just started playing with it tonight, this evening. Dude, I was freaking the hell out because every time I'd hit the trigger, the damn thing would sit there and, I mean, it would go nose in the air and stay there.
So there's a bigger battery you can get for that even than what you have? Or
Yeah. The biggest battery this ESC, which is the speed control, will take is a 3S.
Oh, okay. Which is
The
what you
bigger
have.
one, if you go with the Triton, it's actually like Jesse said, I believe it's a 4S, which is a 4-cell battery, and it puts a lot more, for lack of a better term, it just pumps more current into the control so that the motor can go faster.
Hmm.
But I'll tell you, this thing is, oh man, it's freaking awesome.
Yeah, I paid $20 for a faster one.
This thing will go over 50 mile an hour.
So your son's gaming, huh, Cody? I heard about the last time.
Just as I was signing off, I heard Jesus, and that was it.
He just said, "What up, bitches?" And I'm like,
Oh yeah, more burst
here we
power,
go.
but it goes. They said it'll go over 50 with the 3S battery.
Hey, Jamie, how's Drew doing?
He's doing better. He's still very grouchy, and he keeps saying his head hurts.
Well, yeah.
Ready?
He headbutted Crumbcrete.
saw-
Gonna leave a mark. I hope he feels
But
better soon.
he's acted fine and everything else. He's just been a little more all day.
Yeah.
But not too bad.
You sleep all right last night?
Oh yeah.
Good.
We didn't give him melatonin, and he actually slept with me because I'm just like that
Yeah.
when something like
Yeah.
that happens.
Keep him close.
Can't keep them very close, at least you hear. So I didn't sleep that good, but he did.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only time I ever let my son sleep in our bed was when he had he split his hand open like down this way and up, and it just filleted the entire palm. He jumped over a creek, and when he landed on metal, and it sliced his hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing like seeing your boyfriend running up the street carrying your son, cradling him, wrapped in his trench coat with the thing. He had the tie, the belt from the trench coat wrapped around his hand, and he's like, "Get in the car now!" And I'm like, "What the hell?" Blood everywhere. I'm like, "Oh my god!" Yeah, I couldn't even.
I
watch
mean,
it.
he was fine. I kept him up for like an hour and a half last night just to make sure. And we gave him some Tylenol because he's sitting there. My head hurt. So,
My son was still high when we got him home after the drugs they gave him at the hospital. My kid, he was 9 years old. He was so funny stoned, let me tell you.
Oh boy.
Mommy, I
waking up from
love
anesthesia is
you.
even funnier.
He was so cute, but I couldn't. What they like and scrubbed it, and I was like, "Oh my god!" And of course, he was conscious, but he was so high, and they had a blocker up, so he couldn't see what they were doing. But he wanted either me or John with him, and I couldn't watch them do that, so John had to stay with them while I was on the other side of the curtain. I'm like, "Ugh. I can deal with animals, I can't deal with people wounds. Not if it's my own kid, anyway, or mine." But
He was
yeah.
probably about 10, 15 feet from us because he was running up and down the sidewalk where my parents were.
Yeah.
And I had a stuffed animal and a book in my hand, and it just went to the ground. I'm like, oh, well. Finally, I think Sarah picked it up, but I set him on the front end of my mom's Tundra.
Yeah, I don't remember what I was doing at the time, but I know I was really glad I was driving a Trans Am at that time because I got to the hospital really fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got a big bag of ice, and
I broke
like
speed
45
records. It's probably about, from where we lived, it was probably about maybe 15 minutes to the hospital. I got there in 5.
there's nothing else you could have done for him.
Yeah, I blew red lights. I didn't care. I'm like, I'm in a Trans Am. Catch up to me. I don't care.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds about like me when I got hurt
Hey,
on the
T.
job.
Right,
They
Jamie.
came, they picked me up. I barely remember being in the back end of the ambulance.
Let's not discuss that one, please,
Oh no!
because that one fries me every time I talk about it.
What?
That.
I'm not even talking about the dipshit at the freaking plant. I'm just talking about the fact that I'm sitting there. We went to Highway 55, which is similar to the old Andy's restaurant. Right before the Christmas of 18. To make a long story short, there was a young lady who was working there. Had an ambulance, fire truck come into the parking lot. She walked over to the door, came back, and said, "I better not go out there because I work for Hoke County EMS." Well, it just so happened that Hoke County is where I got hurt. So I looked at her. I said, just out of curiosity, do you remember an incident at the plant involving someone getting crushed between 2 forklifts? And she's like, yes, I do. I was on that call. I looked at her and I smiled and I said, how are you doing? She looked at me. She said, you were that guy? I said, hey. Well, to make a long story short, we started talking. Oh, hush. We started talking. And the comment was made is that I was cussing like a drunk in sailor. I don't remember it.
And what was bad is when it happened, it was rush hour in Fayetteville, and the main road they had to take to get him to the hospital is bumper to bumper, no lanes, no nothing to get around. They were taking the median.
Our ambulance drivers are crazy like that here too. They'll go right over the median. They'll push your car out of the way. They don't care.
Congy,
I've watched them do it. I'm like, good for you. You know.
your
I've done that.
auction hit 536 views
Wow.
in the first hour.
Well, there weren't that many people in the chat, were there?
People are going
Nope.
and watching it afterwards. People that
No,
missed it.
these are the after watchers.
Oh, okay.
They're going to be sadly
500.
disappointed because there weren't any left that didn't sell. You had 100% sales, my friend. Congratulations.
Well,
120 likes and 3 dislikes.
well, that's, you know,
That's going to
That
be
might be your trolls.
But that is just epic for your first auction, bro.
wow.
Jesse, you're such a sarcastic dick.
Yeah,
I
keep
love you.
Leave it to Jesse to come up with some smart ass comment like that.
Now, the only scares our daughter ever gave us when she was like, was it 15 or 16? She was in school and her jaw became unhinged.
Oh, her jaw come unhinged. And then, no, where I really got scared was when she went to college and she went to some party somewhere and she never did know how to park her car. So she stops the car in the middle of the road, shuts it off, gets out, goes into this person's house. And we get a call. We don't get a call. My cousins get a call because we're enlisted. My cousins get a call and says, yeah, the Worcester police just found your daughter's car in the middle of the road and nobody around. At 1 a.m.
Oh, that would freak me out.
Yeah, I forgot about that
Yeah,
one.
that was the scare.
That was a scary note. But
Well,
I
that
picked
was
school, her jaw's hanging there. I said, come on, we're going to the emergency room. And she didn't want to go. Oh, they're going to cut my jaw. I'm going to go play fast and put my shot. Yeah. And
They
they
just kicked it back in. And,
yeah, they gave
that was
her.
the only time we let my son sleep in our bed because of the medication that they gave him, and he was so doped out. I wanted to keep an eye on him. And it was funny because he slept, but neither John or I did because we were keeping an eye on him. So,
Yeah, but
That's happened too
place
much.
too. When she was little, she'd crawl in with us once in a while. Yeah.
Hey,
But
Conky,
other
I
than
got an idea for you. I got an idea for you.
for me,
Yeah.
what's that?
Take your countdown video, put it on Facebook.
Okay. I don't. Give me
As
my.
advertisement.
Where's your
I
face?
don't know. It's around here somewhere.
his Facebook ran away.
No, I saw my Facebook here
Is
a
your
minute ago.
Facebook dead again?
You forgot to charge your Facebook, didn't you?
You know what's funny? I had to
Lost your
deactivate my Facebook account. I had some funky security things going on.
It's around here somewhere. I saw it earlier.
But we need your Facebook if you're going to sell something.
My God.
Your Facebook. Oh my God. They
Right, it's around here somewhere. It's like laying over there.
Okay, I was just joking around. Don't keep looking. for
Don't
Facebook.
worry about
okay.
it, Conky.
You don't want to look for Facebook?
Right, Conky, I'm going to give you a tip.
Huh?
There's an app you can get on your phone. It's called a countdown timer. Right?
I have it on my phone.
Well, there you go.
He kind of wanted to add his own spin
I
on
wanted,
it.
first of all, I wanted something different.
He worked hard on that video. He wanted to use the video.
For 4
Didn't bother
hours.
me, I nailed it. So,
But if I take where's my phone?
I don't know.
It takes a lot to do. It takes a lot of time to do an animation like that, frame
But
by frame.
If
I've
you
done
do
that.
the phone, you could. Who knows? You're looking at a reflection in the phone half the time.
Yeah.
So I wanted to be able to do the countdown and then walk around and grab the
yeah.
stuff and show it as.
What you need to
I
do
like
though
that.
is make a countdown
Fireworks.
screen, the small one, and your product your
No,
item.
I worked hard on that countdown. I want it to be in the big screen. I tried that, but it won't let me. The best I can do is have my product in the big screen and the countdown in like a littler screen, but I got to choose the right thing, and it didn't always
You'll figure
cooperate.
it out.
It didn't cooperate.
Well,
Yeah,
regardless,
I've done animations frame by frame, and it is very hard, tedious work.
But
regardless, your countdown, right? What I was doing, I can zoom right into it, so I can have it my full screen, and then on my tablet, I just hit sold.
Okay. Well, did you guys hear the music and the fireworks and all that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah.
I only heard it a little bit.
It was probably just playing low. I might have to crank up the volume on that.
Yeah, it was the sound on the video was very faint for the fireworks and the countdown.
Okay.
It's
me.
good because if you have it too loud, you won't be able to hear yourself over the top saying this one's.
No, I couldn't hear it.
I didn't know
It wasn't
had
playing for us. It was just playing for you guys.
I didn't know. it
My
had
speakers were off for that whole thing.
Yeah, that's
By
good.
the way, check your email from me.
Me or who?
You. I
Oh,
sent
Me
you
or
an
him?
email during the auction, but it's up. I mean, it's up to you if you want to do it.
My lot. Okay. The last email you sent?
I
No,
sent you my
before that.
information too.
You know the one with the pictures of him in the mankini?
The what?
There ain't no damn pictures of me in a freaking mankini.
There is a mental image I am never going to get rid of. Thank you so much, Fluffy.
Yeah, I you even put that in my head. That's like, what the hell?
I wanted that plush of Lenny so I could, like,
Oh,
tie
yeah,
it in front of a truck.
That plush looked so much like Lenny. It wasn't
You
even
guys
funny.
can kiss my ass.
Mark the spot. You all ass.
Come on, baby, bring it on. You can have the fuzz, you can have the fur, you can
I'm
have it
playing
all.
it here.
No.
Well, then
There is
don't
not
sit
enough
there and tell me
chapstick
my
on the planet for that.
Why isn't there Lenny? There is a plush of you out there.
I know
It
there
was.
is.
It was in our auction.
Yeah, whatever, Conky.
It is. Honestly, if you
Whatever.
see it,
Oh, by the way,
Yes.
that Arlo will support 5 cameras, and you do not have. Well, it has the ability to store on the device.
It
Where
has
you
a
can
USB port, so you can put a USB in the camera. I was talking to him last night while he was looking at it.
How big of a USB?
I mean, it doesn't say what.
I mean, could I plug a 5 terabyte drive into the USB port on that and have it
I think it'll only support up to 2.
2 terabytes? Okay, well that's not bad. I mean, that'll store
And it's
something.
only going to record what movement there is.
listening to
It's not going to
everybody, too.
record the whole time.
Okay, I got you.
So if somebody goes up there and spends hours and they're moving around, then yes, it's going to record and it's going to eat it up.
So in other words, don't let Fluffy anywhere near it.
But one thing I've got to verify is the fact it shows that you have to have an internet source in order to access the device. So that might be the only downfall.
Yeah, I have to rent some space out there before I can get internet out there, and I've even showed it to some YouTubers. I don't know if you're familiar with Doll's Dolly, but she went out there and took a look at it.
Yeah.
can you, Noreen, can you go and get the Lenny plush?
Doreen?
I said
Oh,
Noreen.
Yeah, Noreen. That thing was priceless.
I didn't even see the freaking thing.
I
He's on
did.
there.
Wait, Lenny, it wasn't even just us. It was other people in the chat that all said the same thing.
Yeah,
I was
I
the
know. I
first
saw the freaking chat.
I was the first one that said, there it is.
Yeah, that's
Turn
right.
around,
Yeah.
turn around. That's the funny.
I
What
want to buy
the
whoever bought that. I want to buy that off them.
Who bought this?
I have to go get the list again. Put the list away so I wouldn't lose it.
But that's him. 20th Century Fox. That's a Peter Griffin. Yeah. Try to get him to sit on the edge of the table. He won't do it.
Yeah, T.
Yep.
Fuck no! it's not me.
It is now.
Well, where do you think they got the Peter Griffin from?
Jesus Christ! Now I'm going to be known as a freaking plush doll.
No,
Thanks.
you're going to be known as this plush doll.
Or that plush doll is going to be known as Lenny now.
Oh, Shirley Pearl one knows. Okay.
Pretty soon, Lenny going to be walking around
I'm
going.
going to message Shirley.
Lenny's going to be going. Why is everybody always picking on me?
I actually met Shirley Pearl twice. The first time I was at the Hale's first warehouse auction. She walked up and said, "Hi, Conky." And then after that, it was really weird. When the Kmart by me went out of business and I went in there and bought all the shelves, a buddy of mine bought like everything else in there. He actually, I think he spent like thousands and thousands of dollars. I spent $2,000. He spent thousands and thousands of dollars buying just about everything. Filled a semi-trailer, filled his fifth wheel open thing hauler like 6 times. Anyway, there was a couple loading some stuff onto a trailer. And we went over there and kind of helped them get it all on there. They appeared to have kind of been struggling with it. And when we got done, we got their trailer all strapped up. He goes, he says, "You remember me? My name's Shirley Pearl. I remember you from the warehouse." They had driven all the way up here to the Kmart to buy the stuff when they went out of business. So I actually met her twice.
Cool.
Nice lady.
Wow.
Well, I didn't mean to shut everybody up with that story. That it was just worthless. Anyway.
No, I'm still thinking about the damn doll that does not look like me.
Well, I want to buy it just to send it.
No,
to him.
not at all, Lenny. It doesn't look like you at all.
No, I mean, it doesn't.
He's not wearing glasses.
Okay, well, let's put it that. Okay, since the
Punisher,
doll's
you
wearing
can,
glasses, and you're not, we're going to say it looks like Punisher. Let's see how he feels about that.
I was going to put my glasses on there, but I'm not. No.
Do it.
I can't find them.
Jamie's all like, "I'm the only one left wearing glasses. Y'all better just shut the fuck up right now."
I'm not going there.
I ain't
I'm
touching
not
that.
going there because
He wants to be my friend, not my enemy.
we're only a few hundred miles apart. I don't want to. I don't know how long it takes to drive here, but I want to get my head beat in about 8 hours.
For us, you guys are right outside of Cleveland.
We're about an hour south of Cleveland.
So you're in Akron. That's right.
Yeah, Akron.
Oh, so you're closer to me.
Yeah.
Well, whatever the normal time would be, cut that by about a quarter because we're talking angry Jamie driving. Okay.
Hey, you know what? Scared outruns angry every time.
Oh God, I'm trying to think because from here we could go to.
How far are you from? Well, no, that would be through Kentucky. Never mind.
Well,
I was
no,
about to say from West Virginia.
You could go.
Because my sister's in Clarksburg, West Virginia.
Yeah, we're going to West Virginia. Well, in a couple of weeks.
See that, Jamie? If you time it just right.
Yeah, my mom's going up there in a week or two.
Next week, yeah.
No, the 12th or the 18th.
Yeah, it's nothing for us to drive down to West Virginia for a few hours and have lunch and come back.
Well, see, she's right there at just before the point.
Ah.
She's off to the side where the point is for West Virginia.
Oh, shoot.
Have you heard of Morgantown?
Yeah.
I have, actually.
She's just south of Morgantown.
You're about 5 hours away from me, Conky.
You're in New York.
Right? Yeah.
Well, guess what?
New York.
Is they're all too far away from me.
Well, for us, we're just the right amount away from you.
Here's the thing.
No,
Funky.
what we need to do is get a boat and we all just go over.
I'm not rowing that.
It would be much easier.
Do what, Conky?
It would be easier just to have Funky come over here, him and Squashy.
Yeah, it'd be less trouble. Because I don't know that we all could live together for that time to
I
go
am
across.
working back on this. I am slowly working on it.
Do you recall me asking if you guys are familiar with Diebold?
With who?
Diebold, right there in
Oh
Canton.
God,
People,
yeah.
yeah.
I used to work for them. I've been to Canton. I've been to Canton several times.
Okay, yeah. The one
Congratulations.
20 minutes from here.
The job that I got laid off from recently, we were walking distance from Diebold.
Yeah, they called me in and said, "Sorry, you're being laid off."
Yeah, I knew for a year I was losing my job, but yeah, my job went to India. They couldn't afford to keep me anymore. Thank you.
We're too expensive.
Yeah.
Of course.
Well, nothing beat when he got laid off from the lottery because I had a miscarriage.
Oh. Yeah.
What?
But
Yeah,
get
that last
this.
one hurt, man. That last one hurt.
Bless you. Stop sneezing on my pillow.
Get this. I actually had the process of trying to get rehired with Diebold.
Oh.
Had the manager of the area was all over me trying to get trying to get a hold of me, this, that, and the other. As I'm laying in the freaking hospital bed,
Ugh.
I ended up having to call him and tell him, sorry, I'm not going to be available for the job anymore. I've been injured and I probably won't be going back to work. Oh, I was so PO because I was looking forward to going back to the job I actually enjoyed.
It was right after. I mean, within about 4 days of him getting hurt.
Wow. If they'd have just called you a week earlier, you could have left that other place.
Yeah.
Well, here's the kicker. I actually called the guy. I went to work that morning in a great mood, got to my first job site, did what I had to do. And when I got finished, I called my office guy up and I'm like, Steve, I don't want to go today. There's just something about this that I don't like. I have a bad feeling about it. I didn't want to go. Well, unfortunately, I had to go. So while I'm standing there in the office waiting for whoever to come and talk to me, I waited a good 45 minutes. And then finally, here comes the shipping or the supervisor for the department that was complaining about the battery. Went out there, started talking to the operator. And next thing I know, I'm hearing him scream out, "Holy shit, look out." And I didn't know what the hell was going on. And all of a sudden, it was like somebody just gave me a big old bear hug. And I called Steve back a few weeks later. And I'm like, dude, I told you I didn't feel comfortable going there.
Did you work on forklifts for a living then, or
forklift batteries?
Forklift batteries, okay.
I actually maintain and service the batteries and the chargers.
I'm actually a certified forklift operator.
I was too.
Too much bloody sleep.
I'm not, but that doesn't stop me from driving a forklift when I want to.
Oh, I could get on one right now and drive it like it's nothing.
Yeah.
Yep. I used to do a trick with the fork.
I think I still have my license. I'm not sure.
Put a quarter on the floor, and I could actually flip it onto the fork.
Huh.
I used to bet everybody, especially the new guys that would start working, I'd bet them $10 that I could do that, and they would say, "No, you can't. There's no way." And I would flip it right on.
Huh. What would you do? Just hit the edge of the quarter and have it?
Yep. And it would just flip in the air and land right on the fork.
Well, get this. I know you guys are familiar with the Goodyear tire company. Yeah, I mean the corporate office.
They're in Akron.
Right there in Akron.
Well, their home office is in Akron.
We've got
Goodyear.
We've got one of the Goodyear plants down here in Fayetteville. We had just acquired the contract for their batteries and chargers and to put new equipment in. I got hurt.
And he was actually going to take over that site and quit being on the road.
They actually offered me the site to basically maintain it. I got hurt.
So you'd have had one place to go to work and wouldn't have had to run around.
Oh yeah.
Well, his dad retired from Goodyear.
Yeah, my dad worked there for years.
Really?
Yep.
What part?
Rim plant 2.
My daddy was a white sidewall grinder.
Oh, really? For Goodyear?
Yeah.
Wow.
His dad
Down here.
Yeah, he probably knew.
His dad knows everybody.
Yeah, my dad. We were.
Well,
we
he
were
was down
in-
here.
Don't worry, his
Yeah,
dad.
don't worry about it. We were in the Panhandle of Texas on vacation. We used to, when I was a kid, my dad would take a month off work because it was union. I mean, why not? He'd take a month off work and we'd go to Mexico. We'd pull the camper and go down to
Yeah.
Mexico. And we were in the Panhandle of Texas.
And ran into somebody.
We had, well, they ran into, we had a Starcraft Starmaster 8, which is the camper I have now. So you crank them up, and you pull the ends out, and it's a tent trailer. So
Papa.
yeah, back in the day, they used to have the front windows on the solid trailers that would crank out
Yep.
and down in the front, and there'd be a cover on it to keep the rocks from hitting the glass. Well, and the covers were sometimes customized, so they put like your family's name on the cover.
Yeah.
Well, we were in this hurricane, and the cover blew off of the camper next to us and into our camper through the screen. And after it was all said and done, my dad picks the thing up and says, "Chevron, Charlie, get over here and get your window cover." Next thing you know, here comes my dad's buddy out of the, "Oh, what are you doing down here?" You know.
Oh yeah.
He'd run into people wherever he went. He knew people.
That is hilarious.
Okay, Conky, we're in North Carolina. We went to California to see my aunt in Big Bear, California. And Daddy ran into people that he knew.
Really?
And I'm sitting there, he just started chit-chatting. I'm like, Daddy, who is that? Oh, somebody I work with at a Goodyear, or somebody I worked with. And I'm like,
What the hell is in the chat?
Hey, what
What's up,
the hell?
Yeah, they went to a. I'll let him say where he went.
Well, come
Everyone
on in,
should do-
Jeremy. You can tell us.
I wish. I've never had Jeremy in my life yet.
he's been in your chat, but not in your life.
Yeah, he might be driving. Well, not driving and chatting. He
might be driving George up the wall.
Could be. George can drive him right back.
Oh, I'm sure of that.
George is my spirit animal.
She's a
1 hour drive.
Yeah, he's driving.
Ever since they did the "what is this" thing with the box and he had to touch the hot dog that she put all the stuff on and he squished it, I was like, yep, George is my spirit animal.
Dude, just come in and put your audio on. Just mute out. Just kill the camera.
Oh.
Can't even talk tonight. Jesus.
I watched their coin pushing video they put out today. Awesome.
That was awesome.
That was awesome.
Yeah, he was at a YouTube bonfire for Second Sense up there.
Nice.
I found out about the bonfire after I scheduled my the live, so I didn't get to go.
Oh. But you had a really good auction.
Yes, you did.
Thanks.
Yeah, we appreciate everybody being there and everybody being in the chat. And
We are
Hey,
so grateful.
it was fun.
It's hard to express.
Good Lord, you had a whole bunch of watches, man. What in the world?
what are we up to now? 500 and
No, I'm saying watches as in your
Oh.
collection.
on the.
TikTok and
I was
on the-
thinking, I was fully prepared to go on and have like 12 people.
Yeah.
You know.
No. I'm talking about the actual wrist
The actual watch.
Like a
Like,
clock.
Oh,
Your
yeah,
watch.
that was the stuff in the wooden box was from my personal that I've been collecting for quite a few years.
Yeah,
But
we were there. We heard you.
I'm kind of switching my watch collection over to the I'm trying to find more of the red LED watches from the late 70s where you push the button and the numbers would light up red and stay on for 3 or 4 seconds and then go off.
Yeah.
I just
trying to get
had
more of
my hands on one today.
You did. Where is it?
I will go back Monday and get it.
Where what? You mean is it like a flea
A
market?
thrift store. It's a 4-digit LED watch. I saw it. I didn't think anything of it, but it was a 2-digit on the top, 2-digit on the bottom.
Well, check it. If it's from the late 70s, early 80s, It's the kind I collect. They light up red.
You'd
I've
have
never
to check
seen one.
date
You
on
can
it.
actually see the individual segments. That's how big it is. I'd say just under a quarter of an inch for each segment.
Okay, that's gotta be a big watch.
It's not the actual round watch, but it's a rectangular watch.
I'd have to see that. Well, what do they want for it?
I'll have to go back and ask.
So I get those, and I get the like the early '80s, like the Casios and stuff like that. And I like to try to find them with a calculator, and I try to buy those. You try to buy everything undervalued, so that when you go to sell it, it sells for more what you got in
Well,
it.
you need to exchange phone numbers. That way, when you go, you can message them and let them see it.
Mark,
What?
I'm not the only one who does it.
Yeah?
I'm not the only one who does it.
Does what?
Yes. Look at Punisher.
Was he asleep?
He was asleep.
Oh, playing a game.
Oh, he's playing a game on his phone.
Nice try, though.
I'm just listening.
So
Nice
I just
try,
have to
Lenny.
ask
My God, it looked like you were asleep, man.
Just comfy.
If Jeremy's still in the chat or if he's driving, how many people were at that bonfire? I know. I think Guapo was there.
You didn't burn down anything now, did you?
Yeah. They burned down Rob's house. That's how they got the big bonfire.
There's weapon, that's it. Get them all.
Hey, Jeremy, how many people were there?
He might be like texting at red lights and driving now. So.
That's why I said.
Well, at least while they were there, they still popped into your auction.
Yeah, Storage Loads was there too. Yeah, I appreciate everybody being there.
Yeah.
I didn't actually see Storage Legends in the chat, but I remember coming around the table and seeing the pineapples. I was like, well, that must be Bob was here.
He was there.
Yeah.
Yeah, at one point, Guapo put in, love you like Chapo loves s'mores. I guess she loves them a lot then.
Well, they were probably making s'mores at the
yeah.
At the time.
S'mores are the bomb, man. I love s'mores.
I haven't had s'mores in years.
I haven't either.
Years. And it's probably too late to. Well, I suppose we can still have bonfires now.
It's bonfire season, actually.
I can't have fires where I am. I would have to get like a.
Oh, they were all watching the auction around the fire.
I would have to get like one of those charcoal grills and just put wood in it and do a little bonfire inside the grill.
Hey, whatever it takes.
Because I'm inside city limits and we can't do fire here.
Dang, now I want some more. I hear you, Jess.
Which did not stop the neighbor 2 houses down from having a huge bonfire in his backyard 3 years ago. To which the fire department showed up and went, nope, and put it out.
Yeah.
The city will.
Around here, you're allowed a 3 foot by 3 foot fire. It's pretty nice.
Well, we could have fires where I used to live in county, in the county. You had to be careful what you burn, though, just debris, which was not conductive when John threw a freaking aerosol can in there and it exploded and almost took my head off coming out of the fire. I was not happy at all. He put a hole in our siding. I was pissed. He got punched in the face for that.
You gotta have them contained like a fire ring or a.
Yeah, it's got to be like
you're sitting around a fire. You can't have a bonfire.
That's pretty funny, George.
However, when I burned down the backyard, I did 4 foot increments and it was a controlled burn. And although the neighbor panicked a little bit, I did a good job and nothing went out of control because I'm awesome. Social services told me I had to cut my lawn. They said I had to cut the backyard. I didn't have a lawnmower. I couldn't afford to pay anybody to do it. Hi, George.
Hey, George.
I couldn't afford to pay anybody to do it. The only alternative I had was to burn it. So I did. Never tell a Yankee bitch to get something done.
That's what she said.
Now, see, George will always be the first person I Made a mod on my phone.
I warned y'all.
Which it wasn't, I was.
Hey, wrench George, man.
Yeah, George needs a wrench. Absolutely.
You
I
already
don't
have a
have
wrench.
their information.
But it's George.
I know.
George should already have a wrench.
Hey,
George,
Jeremy,
matter.
I got a story
Whoa.
for you. So years ago, being a young kid, my dad and our neighbors got all together, and we had us a nice big old pile of leaves in the backyard. I'd say it was every bit of 6 foot in diameter, about 10 foot high. I was freaking out because I didn't want the trees to catch on fire. We let that son of a gun up, man. It was a good old bonfire.
Yeah, but leaves burn fast.
Oh, they did. But I tell you what, the landlord was not happy. He come walking over. He said, "What in the hell are y'all doing? You trying to burn my trees down?" We're like, "No."
John tried to melt the siding off our house once. Yeah, he made that fire a little too big. It was like 20 feet away from the house. That's how big the fire was. The siding started to melt.
Oh, man.
I was like, I went outside and I'm like, I took one look at the house. I'm like, oh my God, what are you doing? And he's like, what?
What?
Burning down the house.
Burning
Burning down the house.
Yeah.
I agree,
The roof,
Jesse.
the roof is on fire.
So I made him put it out. I'm like, put it out, put it out. No, you're melting the house. What is wrong with you?
Jesse,
You know the
move to
music-
Scotland. Jesse, move to Scotland.
You
And
know,
bring
the
your Harleys with you.
The
Yeah.
music video for
You know-
burning down the
hey.
house was in my hometown.
Oh, was it? Did they really burn down the house there?
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
Huh.
Well, do you know what my little town's famous for?
What's
You?
that?
Having
There's
you.
a band called Fish. Right?
Fish.
It's an English band called Fish, and they're quite well popular here in the UK. And they were originally from Galashiels. Their lyrics are on the big town square.
How do they spell their name?
Hey,
FISH.
hey.
Because there is already a
What's my
band named
comment
Fish,
to
you know.
for-
I know.
Mark. Hey, Mark.
What?
In the chat, man.
Why would I move there? Everything is backwards. No, it's not.
No, George. Funky Fluffy, great job being the sold mod for the Conky team.
Hey.
Yay.
Always.
I don't know, George. He did.
He did all right.
Did I?
Hey,
Except for the
I
one
had that-
he was bidding on. That was
That
so
was-
funny. Funky?
that wasn't me. I blame Jesse for that one.
No,
It
he
was
did a
the
good job.
last.
He did.
Until he starts texting me or having Squashy text me. Bid on this.
What was your last minute decision?
Well, my neighbor did panic when I was doing that. He come running out of the house, hooked up his hose, was like, "Do you need help?" And I'm like, "No, I'm good." He's like, "What do you mean? Your yard is on fire." And I'm like, "I know." He was like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "They told me to cut
Sure.
down the yard. This is the only way I have." He goes,
If Jeremy's driving, that means George isn't. So that means George can come in here.
So, I mean, social services tells you that your weeds are too high and you have no other means to do it. You do what you need to do and you get it done. And I did. I burned it down. Social services came out 4 days later. There was new growth this high. The lawn looked pristine. I was like, yeah.
Well, I had when I was down with my surgery and all that, I went out to the schoolhouse and they had the I had just bought the Harley mower and the grass was like knee high and that was the only thing that could mow it.
Harley mower?
The Harley mower, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I know what
The
you're
one
talking
with the
about.
big pipes that come up, the Harley pipes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had one of
Just like
those.
a Harley
I sold
Davidson.
it for $400. It says Harley Davidson right on the side of it and everything.
Oh, you had one too?
Yeah, I got it for $200 at a yard sale.
Huh.
Conky,
I couldn't pass it up.
the
Me
weeds
and
in my
Roger
back,
needed.
Conky, the weeds in my backyard were 6 feet high.
Oh wow. Those aren't weeds, those are trees.
Yeah. Which is why the burn.
Well, I think the Fluffy channel needs to do a Q&A with the Hales channel.
A Fluffy Hales Q&A collaboration.
Fluffy Hills of the Time.
Fluffy, you asked some really scary questions. I don't know. Even I would be leery about doing a Q&A with you.
Oh, I've got questions for them. Trust me.
Then they've got answers, but they might be smart-ass answers.
Well, there's only so much.
Well, that would fit in. They are, Christy. Tarps are very flammable. Well,
Especially if you pour gas on them.
Yeah. You have to understand. You have to understand and kind of be in touch with the fire when you do a controlled burn. And I made sure I did really small sections. I had the hose on the entire time. I was right there. I never left it. You know what I mean? I'm very in tune with fire. Hello, I'm a redhead. You know, so it was good.
Obviously, people in California aren't.
No, they're not.
Happens every year.
Hi, Christy.
I agree, Jesse. But I did have a cousin. I did have a cousin in Canada who got sucked into a bonfire. It was in a pit, a very large pit in an apricot orchard that my uncle owned. And they do the pruning of the trees every year, and then they throw all the branches in a pit, and they burn it. And he was a little too close, and when they lit it, because fire eats oxygen, it creates a vacuum, and he got sucked. He somersaulted right into the pit.
Oh, wow.
He
How
ended up
big was this pit?
Huh?
How big was the pit?
I was a kid, but I would say probably 20 by 30 feet. It was pretty big.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was pretty big. I mean, it was to prune an entire orchard, which was huge. So, but they did get him out. He had 3rd-degree burns over something like 75% of his body. Yeah. He did live. He had bad scarring. He stayed away from fire after that.
I would too.
So I did learn from that. Whenever I did my burns, whenever I had to burn debris, and we had like the fire pile, and if I put gas on it, I did a little trail and then lit the trail so it would go up to the fire. So I wasn't close. Because that whoosh sound is really cool.
Well, you need to like jump a dodge into it or something and set it on fire as it's going in the air.
I actually parked my car when I was a teenager. We were partying in the woods with the fire, and I went to back out and go, and I backed out and over the fire, and people were yelling at me, so I stopped. Like, what are you yelling at me? And they're like, you're on the fire. I'm like, oh. And I just drove away. I'm like,
okay.
I was kind of drinking and driving, but
well, that's not a good idea.
Young and stupid, so yeah. I wasn't drunk. I was just inebriated enough to be that dumb that I didn't realize that they were yelling, "You're on the fire!" You know. My Dodge Aries survived it though, so we're good.
Huh.
Really, Jesse? Holy crap.
I'm surprised you had a face, Jesse. John, actually, John's boss wanted him to burn a leaf file, and he was putting gas on it, and he ran out, and the only thing left was kerosene. Note, do not mix gasoline and kerosene and then light it on fire. It blows up.
Does it really?
Yes, it does. he was using a Zippo to light it. So he was like all reached out and his eyebrows, the edges of his hair. He was wearing a hat, luckily for him. That's probably the only thing that saved his eyes, was because he had a baseball hat on. But yeah, he had like a 3rd-degree burn on his arm from where a leaf landed on him. I'm like, only you would blow yourself up lighting a pile of leaves.
That's where you light the lighter and toss it from 6 feet away and run like
a Zippo. You don't toss a Zippo into the fire.
No,
come on.
No.
That day anyway, right, Jesse? John during the 20 years that I knew John, he fell out of trees, he fell off roofs, he set himself on fire. He tried to cut his leg in half with a chainsaw. That was interesting. I never let him go near the chainsaw again, just to let you know. He was chainsawing a log, and he hit a knot, and it bounced off the knot and right into his leg, which should not have been there. That nursemaid thing was fun. He comes limping out of the woods going, "Can you get the alcohol and some gauze?" And I'm like, "Oh God, what do you do now?" He was more pissed that he was more upset that his BDUs were ruined than the fact that he almost cut his leg off. I'm like,
Really,
man,
Jesse.
man, I'm telling you, we had Band-Aids in every room of the house and in the car and stashed outside in a waterproof container because he was so injury prone. Yeah.
Might as well just get up in the morning, wrap yourself in a Band-Aid. And
There you go.
I tried to wrap him in bubble wrap once and turn him into a balloon animal, but he wouldn't let me. He was a wiggly little fucker. He wouldn't stay still long enough for me to tape it closed, so.
oh boy.
It's true, Jesse.
What are you doing to those trolls?
I'm playing with their hair.
What are you doing to those trolls? Coggy.
Well, she was like giving him a hairdo.
John was an awesome person. When he wasn't drunk, stupid drunk, he was a really good person. And the last 2 years, he was completely sober. So it was quality time we got to spend together, and I'm glad of that.
Yeah, alcohol is. I've never drank. I've never smoked.
No.
I never really developed a taste for. It always just tasted like gasoline to me. So it's like, why would anybody drink this?
Well, alcohol to John was like a combination of liquid asshole and liquid stupid. It turned him into both. And that combination is not good.
Yeah.
You know, I have PTSD because of the shit that went on when he was drinking. So, yeah, it's rough for me in the South going to Walmart because all I can smell is stale beer on everybody. I'm like, okay, I'm leaving now. You know what I mean? I'm like, ugh. But
I actually went to a Walmart today and we bought something.
wow.
So I might not be able to count on one hand the number of times I went to a Walmart anymore. Maybe I can.
What did you buy? A troll?
No, we bought because I originally took that little countdown thing I did. I originally burnt that to a CD because I thought I was going to be able to just switch over real easy to a DVD player. And it turned out it wouldn't play on my old DVD player. So we went and bought a new one, and the new ones don't have RCA output jacks. So hence the
rush to Walmart.
Yeah. But yes, I did go to Walmart one more time.
How big is the video?
It's only like a minute and 7 seconds. I think it's not that big at all.
As far as the file size.
Oh, I don't know.
Don't get technical on him, Lenny. His head will explode.
I could look it up on my Facebook. I don't know. I threw the disc to the other side of the room because it was so PO'd at it. It's over there somewhere.
That doesn't surprise me.
Rainbow.
But yeah, I burned it to a disc and everything.
Oh, we needed a new.
We needed a DVD player anyway because she wants to watch. When there's a live, we like to watch it on the big screen in the living room.
Well, it's comfortable sitting.
Yeah. And we can't do that because our old one bricked up. When did it do it? Here's how screwed up this is. Our old one turned into a brick the same day every other Samsung. It was a Samsung. Every Samsung DVD player bricked on the same day at the same time.
Weird.
Yeah, because if the best way I can describe it from what I understand it is, when you go through the internet via the Samsung DVD player, they had files in there that was grabbing information.
Like, what are you watching?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so something happens at the end of June. Something happens that a file went out before another file went through the system, and it bricked up everybody. That all their
everybody's
players are in a reboot loop. They call them.
Wow!
Well, every Samsung Blu-ray player
that was
just became worthless.
It was on the internet at that time. They were pushing these files through. It got dinged, and all their DVD players are in a reboot loop. And
That
the
sucks.
fix is you have to call Samsung. They'll give you a tag. You have to send it to them because they have to manually do it. They can't do it through a patch.
Well, do that now that we've got the other one. Do that, and we'll get that.
Yeah,
one
I'll
fixed.
call and fight. And hopefully, get someone that speaks English.
That would be nice.
And hope I don't hear that Indian accent because I'll start getting the chills.
Oh, I hate the.
I had to deal with that for 6 months in my last job. I had to train people, and they were, yeah.
Oh,
We should be clear about this. We don't have anything against the Indian people. We just,
It's just,
If you come to America, speak English.
but they're not in America. They're in India.
they speak,
Oh, I know they're anywhere but
Yeah.
here.
it's the accent gets in the way, and it's hard to understand. I mean, it's just,
I'm going to come to America and sell dollars for dollars.
and take your job and make $10 an hour less than you do just because that's the way your cheap ass company
You want me to come to America? I sell beer for $10.
That was a really crappy accent, Lenny.
Yeah, that was very good.
I'm not trying.
Thank you very much. Yes, thank you. Yes.
You need to start channeling, like, The Simpsons. Would you like to buy a Slurpee?
Approve. Yeah.
My name is
This just occurred to me. You're never going to get monetized if they look back on videos like this. And
Hey, when I get closer to the 1,000 subs, there'll be no videos like this on my channel.
yeah, just make them private or unlist them. I mean, these things are priceless to us because we can go back and
Yeah.
You can
When we've had a
actually,
bad day or something, go back in here and watch us all cracking up.
you can actually go in and make clips of your lives.
What
and
the
delete
hell,
the
Bobby?
video.
You can do a whole montage of Lenny getting pissed off at people picking on him.
Falling
Well, to
asleep.
be honest, I have a dongle with about 30 different videos on all ready to go up for when I become monetized. So.
A dongle?
A dongle,
A
yes.
USB.
A dongle?
Sorry, I was just adding.
Dongles over here.
I was just adding things to somebody's box.
What's that?
Whose box?
So, I'm not telling you whose box. It's a surprise.
Well, you got to get up with me and get addresses anyway.
Yep, I know.
Well, I love how he did that surprise. He rolled his
That'll be
thumb.
tomorrow because I ain't doing it tonight. I'm getting
It's
to go
one of
bed.
them, isn't it?
Does it have a name on it? Okay.
I just didn't show you the other side.
No, it's just the thing coming.
I got 1, 2.
I've got another 5.
Lenny's got lots, so we won't even talk to him right now. But I got one.
Actually, Jesse, no, your box is bigger. Your
I
box
know
is
my boxes are bigger.
Tell us about it. This one actually
Hi, Willow.
belongs to Punisher.
Oh, is Willow in the chat? Hey, Willow.
Yep, Willow just
Hey,
got here.
Willow.
I'm sorry.
Put it in the vault.
I'm not going to
I gotta
fall
do
asleep on you
Punisher's
guys.
wrap so I can get it sent out Monday or Tuesday.
I've got Mr. Lenny's. I've got Mr. Jesse's. All wrapped, ready to go.
Good evening. Can I have $1?
Still not ready.
No, you may not.
You good.
No, I'm not trying.
No, you may not.
Conky,
Go there.
No, dollar for you.
you know that plushie of Lenny?
Oh,
I'll give you $1 for it.
Oh no.
You have to buy that off of Shirley. You have to get. That's Shirley Pearls now. She's.
You can stick the dollar right
Hang on.
That was
Oh, I
good.
don't have the dollar.
That was good, Noreen.
the only one with glasses on.
10 points for Noreen.
Awesome,
There you go,
Noreen.
Lenny.
Oh God, I've been up to
I don't have my glasses on.
Bow, chicka, bow, 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 chicka, bow, bow.
Oh, it's so wrong.
Oh, do me a favor, Noreen. If Shirley Pearl
Oh, you're
contacts
so
you,
freaking wrong.
right, let her know that I'm interested.
Holy
in
crap!
Oh, you should be careful.
That's not ours. Okay.
It's not ours anymore. We should be
If we
careful.
break that, we got to replace it.
Oh my Lord. Well, I'm
Noreen
sorry.
gets 10 points for that idea.
That's so
10 points.
wrong.
No, 10 points to Noreen. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I gotta remember where I threw that book I had.
Hey, you know the theme, Lenny. Wiggle while you work.
Because it's like only 48 hours, then you can ship out.
Willow.
I just can't see books. I will do.
That's for Lenny question.
I don't know.
That was Lenny. Well,
Guys, it's easier for me to send things out now because I have a discount card.
Awesome.
cool.
They save 15%.
Oh,
On boxes over 2 pounds.
So I will
Good
be
deal.
saving money on Jesse's books.
yeah.
And probably
And my
Punisher's.
boxes.
And probably Punisher's because his is about 2 pounds below. So.
I don't know how heavy the box is that you have for me.
Yeah, well, your first one should be there any day now.
The
Your other one.
11th. It was supposed to be by the 11th.
Yeah, well, it's what? It's the 4th today, so. Your next
No, it's
one
not.
should be the heaviest one, to be fair.
Fine.
And they're 3 boxes.
He works both for us.
3? Let's
Yeah,
go.
3.
Oh my God.
Two.
Oh my God. I'm gonna bust a gut here.
I do not need these mental images.
Conky, has Sherry Pearl contacted you?
Look what you guys have freaking started. Thanks.
Conky,
Huh?
has Shirley Pearl emailed you?
She hasn't yet. She may have. I'll have to look.
If she has, ask her if I'm able to buy that. And obviously, just forward my email to her. And
Have that bitch sent to me so I can burn it.
no, you wouldn't be burning it. It'd be a gift. You don't burn gifts.
That's not how that works.
Oh.
Whew, I'm okay.
Good class.
Sure.
And then what I'll do, I'll get $1 put in each cheek.
You need to shut the hell up.
And I'm gonna get Jamie to tie it to the front grille of the car.
Mark?
No, it needs a little pole. You need to get it a little pole. If it's going to have dollars
yeah,
in it,
that's
it needs a pole.
And then you just sew some string around it so it slides on the pole.
All right, baby. Going to bed.
Yep, you have a child awake.
Yeah, she's nothing
She
too
was
good.
in the living room.
Child
Oh,
alert,
I know.
child alert. But awesome
Yeah.
choice in nightwear. Tie-dye rocks.
Aww.
Surprised Drew hasn't woke up yet.
Going to bed, baby.
Night, Sarah.
Oh man, is it a quarter after midnight?
Yes.
Yeah.
No,
I
it's
think I'm-
quarter after 5 a.m.
I think I'm gonna go to bed.
Good night, Tammy.
So I need to talk to you about a few things.
Or not.
Oh, come here, baby.
Wake me up when you're done with your live.
Okay.
Aww.
Oh, nobody's mad at you, baby.
I'm going to bed.
Come here, baby girl.
Oh.
Let's see, Mama.
And I'll bet you $1 to donut she won't remember this in the morning.
Nope, she won't. She sleepwalked real bad.
Good night, Squashy.
Night, Squish.
You're okay.
Nice
Hey,
question.
Squashy.
I'll phone you shortly,
All
Squish.
right, thanks, Squashy.
You spoke too soon, Jamie. I think he's up.
On that note, I'm going to bed. Conky,
Good night.
Noreen,
Good night,
congratulations. I think you did a great job. It was not a train wreck.
Going to bed, sweetie. Everybody's upset.
I'm very proud to say I'm a friend of Conky's.
Aw,
It was a very good auction.
Going to bed, lay down, okay?
Thank you, sir.
He's a
Buck,
good dude.
I will talk to you tomorrow. Honey, I'll talk to you tomorrow. Cody, be in a better mood. Love you.
Love you too.
Bye.
Hi, Sharon.
There's a cat.
Cat saying hi.
You know what's funny is
Oh,
you guys know Pittsburgh, Anthony.
Yep.
He used to do him and Nate, Every Day I'm Hustling, used to do a morning show.
Every damn hustling.
Every Day I'm Hustling, yeah.
And then
And
go up.
Anthony was saying that every time the cat comes into the scene and like shows its butt, that he can see in the analytics when the people drop off and stop watching. Because when the cat jumps up and like shows its butt. So
that's funny.
it's 8 miles. I would start watching when the cat shows its tail.
That's hilarious.
Well, there are people that are not animal people. I mean, whether they're dog people or cat people or ferret people or whatever, that don't really understand the nature of animals. I mean, the animal's not doing it on purpose. Well, cats maybe, because cats are assholes, but you know what I mean? It's just how animals are. It's all about them. So in front of what you're doing, you know?
Well, we're amazed that our dog wasn't like trying to go in and out and barking at us and everything else for a treat. Or
She did really well too.
yeah,
Congratulations to the puppy.
she basically went in and laid down and hung out.
Oh, because Roxy is a very demanding.
Yeah,
eagle.
she's got her personality.
Oh.
So what critter? Still wondering what the critter was.
Oh,
Which critter?
which critter?
The Lenny.
Oh, yeah, that's Lenny.
Is she familiar with the
It's the guy from Family Guy,
Yeah, it's Peter Griffin.
from Family Guy?
but he's wearing a thong.
It's more scary than Willow when she jumps in here.
Yeah. He's wearing a thong and holding a Christmas present and wearing a cape.
If the presents to his wife Lois.
Yeah.
Tag says to Lois.
Giggity.
Giggity.
What the hell, Bobby?
It's a TV show on I think
That's
it's
King of the Hill.
Fox,
Yeah.
yeah.
I know.
Still on.
It's
too.
still on. It's been on for a long time. It's probably longer than any show except for The Simpsons. As far
I
as
still can't get over the fact that I actually heard someone who talks like Boomhauer from King of the Hill. Like in real life. He was like, and the guy that was with him spoke perfectly clear English and understood him. I'm like, okay, we're leaving now.
so he's a translator, is what you're saying.
Translator.
They were at a restaurant. They were sitting there, and the kids just died laughing because we used to watch King of the Hill all the time. And they were like, "Oh my god, he sounds like Boomhauer." I'm like, "Oh my god, we're leaving now." Yeah. The kids wouldn't stop laughing. John wouldn't stop laughing. I'm like, "Oh, yep, we're out of here." So we left.
You were probably still hungry, needed something to get something to eat. So
We went to a different restaurant. Yeah.
see, we do that when there's kids running around screaming.
Yeah, I do too. Especially if they're my own.
You leave the kids there, you go to another
Yeah.
restaurant.
No, I always made sure my kids stayed in their seat. I told my son once, he kept standing on like the bench seat. We were in a little place and it was a bench seat. He was, I don't know, like 2.5. And I told him, I said, if you don't stop, I was like, I will make sure that you do not get to eat. I will take all your food home and feed it to the kid next door. And he had wanted baby shrimp. The kid lived on baby shrimp if we went out to eat. And he really wanted his shrimp. He sat right down and did not move the entire rest of the time we were there.
It's frozen there.
Yep. Because he knows that when Mama says something like that, we'll do it. I mean, he wouldn't have gotten hungry. I would have made him like a cheese sandwich or something at home, but he wasn't going to get what he wanted if he didn't behave, you know? So I made sure my kids weren't running around tripping people and interfering with other people eating because I hate that.
Yeah.
So
It's really scary. They're running around and you got the wait folks going around with their trays and stuff. I'm like, oh
yeah.
my goodness.
Yeah, I've seen that too. And I'm just like, I want to snatch up other people's children and tell them, go sit down.
Yeah.
You know?
Man, it's been a long day.
It has been a long day.
And it's like they expect everybody else to parent and look out for their kids. And if their kid gets hurt, they blame everybody around. It's like, hello, aren't they your kids? You know, that's like did you ever hear about the woman who sued the furniture store because she tripped over a child and broke her ankle?
Oh.
A kid ran into her. She fell over. She broke her ankle. Yeah, it was her own kid. But she sued the furniture store and won because the furniture store employees didn't stop her child from running around in the store. And she won that lawsuit.
I've got a crazier one than that for you. That took down.
Does it involve a guy getting locked in a garage and eating dog food for 2 weeks?
What?
I don't know, whatever you were going to say.
Like, oh.
That's bad.
At least he wasn't riding it.
It's late. I know it's late. When you say something like that out loud, it's late.
Doreen, I love you. That was so funny.
Yeah.
Got a little bit.
He's like, no, when Cody likes what you're saying, you've been up too long.
Oh, God. Mississippi.
So what was your one that was worse than that?
The company Cybex used to make gym equipment. They're owned by Life Fitness now. But this woman, she was a physical therapist. And the Cybex equipment was really unstable because the weight stacks were up too high.
Right.
So when they shipped it, there were holes in the base, and in the instructions, they told every customer, you have to bolt this stuff down.
Right.
Okay. So this woman went to do a stretching exercise. She walked up to a piece of Cybex equipment, grabbed it, pulled it over on herself, and became a quadriplegic.
Ooh.
She sued Cybex and won. The settlement, if I remember correctly, was something like, and it doesn't matter, but it was like $210 million is what she won.
Wow.
And by the time it made it through the appeals process, they got it down to like $93 or $94 million that the company had to pay her for that.
Damn.
She walked up to this piece of equipment, grabbed it, and pulled it over on herself, and then sued everybody. Cybex was found to be 90% at fault, and it destroyed them. That's why they're not around anymore as their own company. They were bought out, and so the name is, being manufactured by somebody else.
There used to be a thing like World's Dumbest Criminals and World's Dumbest Lawsuits and shit like that. I used to get them in my email, and there was one where a guy broke into a house, and when he was leaving, he went through the garage, ended up couldn't get out of the garage, couldn't get back in the house. The people whose house he broke into were on vacation. He was in the garage, living on dog food and canned soda that they had out there for 2 weeks before they got home. He sued them.
Huh. How'd that go for him?
He won. The guy who was stealing someone's hubcaps and the car ran over his hand, broke his hand. He sued the guy. He won.
Yeah, I didn't think you were allowed to sue anybody if you got hurt in the commission of a.
Yeah, I didn't either. But apparently in some states with some judges, you can get away with it. I'm like, did these all happen in South Carolina? Because that sounds like something that would happen in South Carolina.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I'm not going to say this about me, but there are certain people that I know very well that if they came home and there was somebody hurt in their garage because they broke in, they're not going to be suing anybody.
No. In South Carolina, you just have to make sure their feet are all the way across your threshold. Mm-hmm. I had a cop once tell me if they aren't there to begin with, make sure you drag them there, so that's where they end up.
But yet over here, if that happens, we get them.
Yeah.
Listen, Funky, I have a backhoe, a lot of land, and I'll leave it at that.
Put them near the septic system. It's harder for dogs to detect cadavers that way.
Really?
Build me a little 2-bedroom, and I'll come and rent it from you.
There you go.
Think about it, Conky. Dogs' noses are really sensitive, right?
Yeah.
If you have septic system right there, not like on it, but like really close, like in the drainage field, the leach field, that scent of the septic system is all in that leach field.
Huh.
What are they going to smell? The leach field.
Litchfield, yeah.
Not that I would know from experience. That's
No,
what
I mean, I would never do anything like that.
That's my story. I'm sticking to it.
Yeah.
I just heard about it.
Don't give our secret away, Cody.
Sorry.
I'm secretly in America. Hey, this is just an illusion.
Yeah, there you go.
You know, because if you talk about it beforehand, it's premeditation.
I'm not talking about anything. I'm just saying I know some people,
I
and
just heard stuff, you know? I mean,
Yeah.
weird stuff you hear.
I mean, hey, let me put it to you this way: if I were somebody who desired to break into somebody's house, I wouldn't pick the guy that has a backhoe and enough land to make somebody disappear. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I would pick somebody without.
Well, I have
Careful, honey.
my back garden's like 150 feet by about 100 feet wide.
What?
My back garden, so I can easily hide somebody out there.
Yeah. You better delete this live, Funky. Somebody's going to watch this and think we're all a bunch of serial killers or something.
Murderous
Nope.
thugs.
By the way, you know, if you use an icicle through the eyeball, it not only messes up timeline of death because of all the frozen cells, but the murder weapon disappears and there's no fingerprints. Just saying. That's what I heard.
Not guilty.
I'm starting to get scared of Cody.
Things that you learn from Wikipedia.
I didn't learn any of that from Wikipedia.
I'm telling you. I used to have a book somewhere around here, and I had heard about this book years earlier. It was called the Anarchist Cookbook.
Yep.
I think it was.
I've heard of that.
I thought you were about the Joyous Sex book.
I've never read it, but I've heard of it.
Didn't one of your bosses, his dad was in the mafia?
Oh my God, Bronny.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I knew a guy.
Yeah, guy.
He knew a guy.
Was like in the Cleveland mob.
Yeah.
And this dude.
So he knew a guy, you know.
Yeah, he knows a guy. Yeah, that was probably something I shouldn't talk about.
Yeah.
Just to let you know.
I'll tell you this though, and this was kind of it's funny looking back on it. I don't know how I survived, but I was working in Youngstown one day, and I was working my way home, and I used to sell like terminals and connectors, like copper fittings and stuff like that for wiring and wire and nuts and bolts and stuff like that. So I was coming home from the Youngstown area, and I was on this back road. And a lot of times if I'm east of here, I just like to head west and find my way home and not necessarily get on the freeway. So I was doing that. I was out east and I was heading back west towards home. And I see this shop. It was a shop, you know what I mean? And from my old training days, they always trained me never go in the front door because we sold something. You deal with office people. You want to walk in the back door and deal with the shop guys because that's who you want to sell to.
Right.
So I wandered into the back door of this place, and there's a guy tied to a chair in the middle of about 8 or 10 guys standing around him. The guy tied to the chair didn't look like he was very healthy. One of the guys standing around him turned to me and he said, "You shouldn't be in here." I said, "You know what? You're right." As I was turning around and running out the door.
Damn.
In fact, I think I remember as I was running out the door, I was thinking they're going to see my license plate. I walked up to the license plate. I flipped it because it was the plate that goes where you flip it down for the gas. It was a Capri. I flipped the plate down, jumped in the car, and hightailed out of there so fast. I don't think they even saw me leaving the parking lot.
Damn.
He probably got out there quicker than Usain Bolt can run the 10 meters, 100 meters.
Well,
you got lucky. You got lucky as fuck.
Scared is faster than pissed off. I'll tell you that. I can run faster scared than somebody can run pissed off.
Yeah.
But then there was another time years later when I worked for this place up in Cleveland, and I was on Brook Park Road in Cleveland, the same road the Parma storage thing's on, public storage. And I was buying, because she's asleep.
No, she's not.
and I was buying a bunch of computer boards, and I walked in the wrong door, and there were a bunch of it was a Russian mob.
Oh,
And there were a
jeez.
bunch of girls in a room. There was a slave trade, sex trade. They were doing the human trafficking thing. Now, and the guy did the same thing. He looked at me and says, "You shouldn't be in here." And I turned around. I actually walked out, walked back around front, and said, "Yeah, I'm here for my computer parts." I went around back, but I must have went in the wrong door because they sent me. I was buying like truckloads of these things.
Yeah.
Now, I will tell you that shortly after that, they were busted by the Vice Squad and they were shut down.
Well, that's good. Hopefully, they rescued the girls out of there.
Well, I don't know what happened to the girls, but they did get busted.
Yeah, it's a scary thing. Some of the shit that goes on and it's like right next door and you don't even know it, or you drive past it every day and you don't know what's going on. Yeah, it's
It
freaky.
turned out this little business I was buying the computer parts from was just a front for them doing all the nasty stuff in the back.
Yeah. Well, we had an incident in my little tiny town that I grew up in, Westford, Massachusetts. My former roommate at the time, not the one former now, but back then when I was 18, she actually, when she moved out of the place we had together, she moved in with her friend who, the friend's father, Tony, he was trying to be a Hell's Angel, and the Hell's Angels were having none of it, but they used him as kind of the toad boy, go get this, go get that. He was like their gopher.
Yeah.
Next door to them lived the former president of the Westford chapter. They disbanded they didn't disband the chapter itself. Like they all still gathered in the clubhouse, the bar that they were at, but they didn't have the president there anymore. Lowell chapter took over control of the Westford chapter. But the former president of the Westford Hells Angels lived next door with his wife and his kids. And I knew his daughter from school. And I was actually in their house once. He had this cool room where they had a parachute and they just lined the whole wall, the ceiling and everything with the parachute. So it looked like you were inside the parachute. It was very cool. I was like, I want my room like this. My mom said no. I was pissed. Anyway, Tony got really high and the only thing they could come up with was that the weed he smoked was laced with PCP. He went after his wife with an axe. His wife got out of the house, ran next door for help, thinking Hell's Angels, they'll help her. Well, the only one home was the wife. She let her in, and they locked the door. Well, of course, Tony had an axe. That locked door didn't really stop him. The Hell's Angels wife told her to run out the front door, and before she could get out the front door, she got hit with the axe. So Tony ended up killing a former president of the Hells Angels' wife. The whole house was surrounded. They had SWAT. They had everything. When they finally got in the house, they found the Hells Angels' wife dead, and Tony was unconscious on the couch, holding the axe like a baby. When they woke him up to put cuffs on him and everything, he started mumbling about aliens telling him to go after his wife with an axe. So, needless to say, all of the Hells Angels were like, grr, and because the wife she was really sweet. I cannot remember for the life of me her name, but she was a really, really nice lady. Now, granted, the Angels do a lot of bad things, but they're always there for their own. And the turnout for her funeral was absolutely massive.
Yeah.
Tractor-trailer trucks on the highway were moving out of the way because they were like, what the hell? Because usually big rigs don't like bikes because they can't see them that well. Well, now there's hundreds of bikes on the highway, and they're like, what is going on? And I'm up there with my CB going, it's the funeral for the Hells Angels' wife. And they immediately, every truck that had their radio on pulled over and let all the bikes pass. Mm-hmm. It was a huge sign of respect,
Well,
and
in a lot of small towns, they do that anyway.
Huh?
A lot of small towns, they pull over anyway.
Yeah, it was Route 110, which is like 495. It bleeds into 495, so which bleeds into 395, which bleeds into 95 as farther south you go. I know, I've driven it 4 times, but yeah, it was just as soon as they knew what was going on, they just got out of the way. Every time they saw a cluster of bikes coming along, they just pulled it out of the way. It was really nice of them. And there were something like 3,000 Hells Angels at that funeral. including angels from England, Scotland, Ireland. I mean, Germany, anywhere there was a chapter, they sent at least one representative to go to this funeral.
In their bike, or did they?
And their bike.
That's got to cost a ton of money.
Yep.
To bike all the way over. That sounded like a little like an episode of what was that show that we watched?
Oh, Sons of Anarchy.
Sons of Anarchy, yeah.
Yeah. Well, this happened in 1987.
Wow.
In Westford, Massachusetts. Yep. It was, and Tony, they had him in isolation at the jail and then in prison when he got sentenced, because there were so many Hells Angels that are locked up that they couldn't put him in general pop because he'd die immediately. He wouldn't even set one foot, and the guards would have looked the other way because 3/4 of the guards were angels too.
Really? Wow.
Yep. Oh, angels are everywhere. They have their own lawyers, doctors.
Oh yeah, I know.
Prison guards, everything. They've infiltrated every aspect of society.
Well, but here's the thing. I don't know about them. I suspect that they're like the Italian mob. If you don't mess with the mob, they don't mess with you.
Oh no, yeah.
If you don't mess with the Hells Angels, they just it's not like they're a bunch of menacing.
No, not anymore. They used to be. I mean, back in like the 70s and stuff, they were horrible. They'd walk into your store and wreck the place. They'd terrorize any females that were there. But they have chilled out in regards to how they deal with society because they realized they couldn't continue that way. The law and citizens themselves would turn on them.
Mm-hmm.
So they ended up getting a high president, whatever, the guy that's in charge of the entire thing, that started putting down more rules and guidelines and how you're supposed to treat people, and people started following that instead of just being a big drunk asshole. So yeah, I mean, I've had Hells Angels help me out with flat tires before. I mean, I was stuck on the side of the road. I think I was 16. I had a flat tire. I was stuck on the side of the road. It was like, I don't know, 11 o'clock at night, and I was late for my curfew. And of course, that's before cell phones. And there was no payphone anywhere near me. And all I heard was bikes. And I was like, oh, shit. You know what I mean? I was like, that was my first thought, was shit. Because I knew that sound. It was, you going to bed?
I am.
Okay, good night.
I think I'm going
I have to be up early.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we're going to bed too.
Jim.
But anyway, they helped me.
So, on that note, everybody in the chat, night.
Night.
Everybody, thanks everybody for showing up at our.
Have a good night.
to you.
All right, guys.
Night.